Hello, Gavin.
Hello,
How are you doing today?
Nick. Doing well. We had a pretty good day.
Yes, we did.
Not too shabby. Cheers.
All right. So please tell me your full name.
Gavin Jeffrey Bartel.
All right. And what do you do for a living, Gavin?
I guess I sell clothes for a living right now.
Okay. And what kind of clothes do you sell?
I sell a little bit of everything, mostly vintage stuff for the most part, but I kind of branch into stuff that I also like to wear because I don't only like to wear just vintage personally. I wear a lot of it, but not only just vintage.
Okay.
But fucking yeah, pretty much just like t-shirts, tons of t-shirts. I've been getting more into pants and like hats and stuff, but tons and tons of t-shirts.
What got you originally into vintage?
What originally got me into vintage was I've been going to like garage sales and stuff with my grandma for a while when I was like younger and shit, and I would buy like just like knickknacks and shit because she'd give me like $5 or whatever, so you just buy toys and random stuff. But I kind of did that for like when I was younger, and then when after high school ended, all you guys left. And then I didn't want to go to college yet, so I was like, well shit, like what do I do? So then like I was kind of like thrifting like with like you guys a little bit.
Yeah, we
and,
went
like,
to Goodwill for
yeah,
like a while in high school.
like we were going to Goodwills and stuff, but then like I was buying stuff that like wasn't my size and stuff that was just cool. And at that point I was just kind of like, okay, like I guess I'll just try this whole selling thing because it was pretty small at that point. Like
I remember
it wasn't
you
that
started.
big.
You had a Depop maybe senior year.
Yeah,
But
like,
it was really low key.
yeah, it was pretty low key, and I didn't post too much on it, or like advertise it much. Just kind of, it was just like on Depop. Then I got like banned on Depop for like a couple days, and then I kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, so I never used the app since. But
Fair. So then, okay, after high school, you just started selling like how?
how did I start selling? It was kind of like to friends. It was to a lot of friends at first, selling to like all my friends and you guys, and then
Well, we started the band brands.
yeah, and then we started the whole band brands thing, which
when
was like
that?
you guys were in school because you guys
That was
were
our
living,
sophomore year. That was our second year.
yeah, because you guys were living at Eric's,
Yeah,
the SP
yep.
house.
So that was
So that's
second
when
year.
we were doing all the drop parties and stuff.
So that was what, 2018?
Yeah, 2017, 2018,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And like we were doing that, and then I was trying to like do just selling on Depop and stuff with like pretty like lackluster like success, you can say. And then the first time I was like, damn, like this could actually work was like when we did the Sweet Zero event.
Yes.
And like because we were a group, but like we
Loose
split
ends.
Yeah, when we did Loose Ends, and we were a group, but like after the money got split up, I got way bigger of a chunk because like all my shit had sold compared to like you guys. Just like that's just how it was.
That's just how it worked. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree,
and like, I
agree.
remember I had a pocket full like $350, and I
Yeah.
felt like the king of the world. Like that I made that in like that night. Like,
in one day.
yeah, it was insane.
I feel like it's always been the events
But
for you.
yeah, I do really well at events. Like I don't really know what it is about events. Maybe just because like I can be kind of personable.
I was gonna say,
but, like,
I think it's just like your character. I think people like definitely your character, like more than.
I just try not to be intimidating.
I know,
a lot
yeah.
of the dudes come off as super intimidating. Like
That's
to,
why I
like,
like Cole. That's why I
regular
like
people,
Cole. Like
like-
today, we were talking with another seller named Cole from Hellmart, and he's also seems like you, just like totally personable.
yeah, you can just have a nice conversation with
Yeah,
them. and
yeah,
just,
exactly. Like that makes me want to go back to Hellmart.
Yeah,
I'm sure when
exactly.
People see you at events, like they come to see you. They're not necessarily just coming to see, like they are coming to buy vintage, but like they're also coming to
they
support
get, like,
you.
yeah, and they get like like we hang out, we talk and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
always fun, and
Okay.
I made a ton of friends through doing this whole thing.
For sure.
All the people I know, pretty much, other than like you guys, still is all through clothes.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, other
For the
than
most
like
part.
high school people,
Yeah, other than high school people, like
you've kind of been on that. So after that Loose Ends event, then what happens?
we were still doing like band brands for a little bit.
Yeah, we did it for like less than a year, maybe.
Yeah, we did it
7 or
less
8
for a
months.
year because then you were like, oh, I'm gonna
That's
go
when I went to
off-
Germany.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off and do study abroad, and then Ethan was still in Corvallis.
Yeah.
And Nate was like, oh, like Nate, like he liked
realistically,
designing and stuff,
yeah.
but then like when it came to selling, like he's not just like
The thing that I didn't like about the whole thing was just the miscommunication that we all
it was
had.
yeah, all one big miscommunication. Like
Yeah. And so that's
communicating
why,
4 people is very hard in
yeah.
general.
And that's why I'm glad, like, I went to Germany and that kind of just, like, ended it. Because I was just
No,
getting,
it
like,
did, yeah,
frustrated
it
with
did, yeah.
how bad it was between, like, all of us. Like, we were getting pissed off at each other. Like,
Yeah, because
all
like
four of us.
Nate would
And,
get frustrated,
yeah.
I'd get
We
frustrated,
were all
Ethan would
four,
get
like, really
frustrated,
great friends in high school, too.
and then we tried to start a business, and
Yeah, it really fucking shows you, you know? Yeah. But it's not for everyone. Like, yeah, I
yeah, it's
understand.
definitely not for everyone.
But
But
so okay, so Band Brands ends. I go to Germany. What are you doing while I'm in Germany?
what are you doing in Germany? I think that's kind of when I first discovered the bins, right?
Probably,
Because you
yeah.
didn't know about it until you'd come
Probably
back.
not.
Because we and you hadn't gone until you'd come back,
Hmm.
right? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe we had gone once or twice. We usually just hit racks. Like we usually just hit Goodwill
Because I
racks.
was hitting bins around the time we did the Sweet Zero thing. Because I remember like there was some stuff that I had from that I pulled from bins that I
Okay.
had brought.
Yeah.
Mainly that Lorax T-shirt that I sold.
Yes.
I sold that one Lorax
Yes.
T-shirt for like $65, and back then that was like a lot
lot
of money for a
in
random person.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah, to spend on a vintage tee. And I remember Sweet Zero even asked, it was like, "Is this the right price for this?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, it is. Like, I don't want to sell it." And they were like, "Oh, okay."
That's great.
That was so funny to me. But yeah, I just got into bins heavy.
Is that
And I was
so?
going to
Were you
bins like I was
selling?
going to bins like every day.
How were you selling on Grailed?
I think that's when I transitioned to Grailed, is when Band Brands kind of like flopped
Yeah.
and that website stopped. And then I was like, okay, I need to. And then I was like, I'd already cut ties with Depop because I had like got banned. And then they re-enlisted me because it wasn't my fault, of course.
What do you mean they re-enlisted you?
They reactivated my account because like
Depop. Did.
Yeah, because I
Oh.
got banned for like 2 days, and then like I actually responded to the email, and then explained my side of the story and got
Yeah.
unbanned.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny because I got also banned on Depop for I don't even know why.
Oh yeah, and they don't even talk to you.
They didn't even talk to me. I
Yeah.
literally sent like 3 emails, and I can't even go. Like I can't even buy. I can't.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and I still have not got. But, anyways, I'm done with that fucking app.
Yeah, that app is.
But
some people get really good success on it, and
sure,
like, I just didn't find the niche that some people find on
yeah,
that app.
yeah. I feel like it's a good place for girls, honestly. Like for
Yeah,
girls'
a lot
clothing.
of girls buy clothes on there.
Yeah,
I would say a lot of girls buy clothes on Depop.
for sure.
I sold to a lot of girls on Depop.
Yeah. Like it's definitely better if you're, I feel like, selling girls' clothes. But okay. I have a question. Do you think that Band Brands was a good thing or a bad thing? In all.
Oh yeah, dude, it was a great thing because like
Yeah.
I always like Virgil Abloh always says this thing that like if he wouldn't have done Pyrex, then like he wouldn't have done the rest of everything else.
Mhm.
So like I think if we didn't do band like everything is just a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Like us like we did Band Brands and then that stops and then like I did something else
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
another thing and then boom and then it keeps just kind of like snowballing into like literally this.
Okay. So we're getting the timeline. So so Grail comes that
Yeah,
you're
I
not
get pretty
Recycled
good.
Rad yet.
No, I'm still not Recycled Rad. No, yeah, I'm just selling on Grail.
So
I'm selling to, like friends.
how long are you doing
I post
that?
on Instagram. I'm doing that until like
You're selling just through your main account on Instagram?
yeah, just through my main account on Instagram. I'd like post some like random stuff
Mhm.
and like some people like might be interested.
Mhm,
And, like,
mhm.
but I was mainly posting on Grailed and I'd like just fucking stock Buffalo Exchange and like just
Mhm.
get all this stuff like
Yeah, I remember you would sell a lot to Buffalo. You would sell
yeah,
a lot
and then I
to
also got banned from Buffalo Exchange,
Yeah.
which is another story. I don't know
That's-
why I keep getting banned, but like
How do
I
you
don't
think you
know.
got banned from Buffalo?
Oh, I know how I got banned from Buffalo Exchange because they told me. One day I rolled up, 2 IKEA bags in hand, ready to, make like
A sale.
$35
selling clothes. Yeah.
at Buffalo Exchange
That's
and
not
pay
a
for my
lot.
gas money.
Yeah.
But I walk up there and one of the girls behind the buying counter was like, "Hey, are you Recycled Rad?" This is like later in the timeline, but
Yeah.
she's like, "Hey, are you Recycled Rad?" And she noticed me from like one of the events I did.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah, that's me, I guess. Like, sure. And I see her like whisper to the other boss, like, psh, 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 psh. And then she's like, well, since you're a reseller, you actually can't sell here anymore because our mantra for our store is that you recycle the clothes in your closet and get new things, not for you to get off your inventory.
Hmm.
And I just kind of looked at her deadpan and I was like, so I can't sell today? She was like, oh no, we'll do it today. But like, if you ever want to do it again, you can only come Thursday from like noon to 2 and you can only have one duffel bag.
Oh my God.
So like, I'm never gonna. And like, they have your ID so they know, but like,
Yeah.
I can still finesse it because I just have my sister and girlfriend do it instead.
Or yeah, I've done it for you too.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll just have
yeah.
like other people do it instead.
But
So like,
still,
it doesn't
like,
work.
it's not even great to sell.
No, yeah, it's like if you
Buffalo.
have like some like whack ass shit that you want to get rid of that
Yeah.
you're about to give to Goodwill, you can squeeze out $20 from Buffalo
Yeah,
Exchange
yeah.
before you take it there.
Yeah. Pro
Fun
tip.
fact, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I got banned from there because they're like they don't like resellers.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. Okay, okay. So you're selling Buffalo, whatever. This is before Recycled
Yeah.
Rad still.
So
What did you say?
before-
Mid
but-
2018?
Yeah, this is when I
Late-
started like selling in Portland
Well,
too.
so because I'm trying to think, I went to Germany in 2018 because I went to Korea in 2019 and 2020. So this is 2018. I'm in Germany. You're selling there.
Yeah, I'm selling there, and then I started
get
selling clothes
back-
in Portland because Air opens.
All right,
and
can't really
then,
Air.
RIP. Like
Is Air still?
I don't really know how Cam's
Okay,
doing with
okay.
that. I think it's just kind of closed, but and then fucking
Because I heard they got
RIP.
like, broken into. But...
What's the name of that fucking? What was D's store name?
Oh,
Decades of Dope.
Decades of
Yeah, I
Dope.
used to sell hella stuff at Decades
yeah, I remember
of Dope.
you talking to them.
Yeah, before like I found a bunch of drama with
Yeah,
some people that
yeah.
I'm not gonna disclose.
No, that's
but,
okay. That's okay.
But yeah, I would sell a lot in Portland. I was selling a ton of stuff in Portland.
Mhm.
I'd sell to Cam. Then
Like,
I'd
would
sell
you say
to,
like how many times a week would you go to Air or Decades?
like once a week. I'd be hitting
Yeah.
everything like at least once a week. Like I'd be
Yeah.
like going to Air
and
I'd
on
go to-
top of doing Grailed, on top of going to
like posting on
Buffalo.
Grailed, Buffalo Exchange, bins, like everything else.
This
I
is
was,
like
making
the
trips to
end of
Portland.
2018, probably.
Yeah, right around probably when you started to come back.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then I come back. When did you come up with Recycled Rad?
Well, I came up with Recycled Rad because I needed a name for the store when Tara
Yeah.
gave me the spot. So like
Right.
in 20 at the end of 'cause it
Beginning
was
of
that
2019?
Yeah, it was that summer. I started it.
2019?
Yeah, it was no, it must have been the summer of 2018.
Well, I went.
Actually, I can just look.
Okay. Okay. I went to Germany 2018 from August until December. And I was in Germany that time. You did not have the store at Tara's until definitely I was back.
Because I'm scrolling.
Yeah. I went to Korea in June of 2019. So it was in between that
I remember,
time.
yeah, you came back. Got like eight.
No,
I
it's
got like
okay, it's
800
okay.
posts. I'm working
June
on
of,
it.
so it had to have been in between December of 2018 and June of 2019 that you got it. How far back are you going, bud?
It's far back. Because this is all, remember when
You
you
have so
first
many
came
posts.
back and we started selling?
Okay, this is when I
we,
came
like,
back from
teamed up.
Korea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's then. Remember all this stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So then I'm still going. Because none of this is even at Tara's yet.
So you must have been there
Oh, here we go.
early 2019, I'm guessing.
Here we go. Here we go.
When was our first event?
All right.
also?
So the first post was
Oh, that
April
Blazers.
28th, 2019.
Yeah. Okay, so before I went to Korea, right before I went to Korea, like 2 or 3 months before.
Yeah. So
When did you do
so
the-
Chloe was working at the jean shop.
Yes, she was Chloe, his sister, was working at a jeans shop.
A jean boutique in downtown Oregon City.
Yep.
And I was like doing all this stuff, slinging stuff, like selling at markets, kind of, and stuff.
mhm.
And then
That was early 2019.
yeah,
When do you know the exact day? April 28th was
yeah,
the
it
day
was
they
like
had
the
that
day
opening.
that it like opened. Yeah,
I know I was
think.
definitely there because you had
And-
John.
Yeah,
the
the DJ. Yeah, that we play Smash. with.
Yep.
Still, and we
yep.
still like hang
Yeah.
out and stuff.
Chill
Well,
dude.
not hang out because
No.
COVID, but like
Yeah. He's a chill dude.
yeah, we hang out on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she hit me up and was like, "Hey, I have this corner in my store that like you could use if you wanted." And like we were originally gonna work out like a payment thing where I was gonna pay her like per month,
Mm.
but it didn't work out like that because some tea is that I think Tara's whole scheme,
Some tea is in like some like
drama,
drama.
is that like Tara was like her whole goal for letting me like sell in there was for us to buy her whole business. Because
Uh-huh.
3 months after I'd started selling
Yeah,
in
it
her
wasn't very
place,
long.
yeah, it was not very long at all. Like 2 months and a couple weeks. She was like, "Hey, um, I'm going to Colorado. Do you guys want to buy my whole store and corporation and all my stock?" To like a 20-year-old and like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And we were like, nah,
Don't really
dude.
have the
Nah.
funds for that.
We were like, no.
Yeah.
So we helped her pack everything up and she dipped out and I couldn't use the spot anymore.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So and that happened in did I leave for Korea yet?
that was
that
like
in
the end of
June?
summer.
So August.
Yeah, around
So I was
August.
gone in Korea
Yeah,
by
you were
then.
gone by that point.
Okay. Because I remember you guys before I left.
So I
We
remember
were
you were gone
talking
and my
about it.
ex-girlfriend was gone. So then I was like,
Yeah. I don't remember.
because she
her
went
name,
back
yeah.
to school. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
So
in
like,
Michigan, whatever.
yeah.
Okay. So that happens in August.
And that was sick. I love selling in the store.
Yeah, selling at the store was one of the best
I was open on the
things,
weekends, Friday to
honestly.
Sunday.
Honestly.
It was sick. Friday to
So
Sunday.
then, okay. So that happens. You came to Japan
And that's
saw
when
me.
Recycled Rad started.
Yeah, so that's how Recycled Rad
Yeah.
started. Was
Mhm.
you were at Tara's and you had to come
And I
up with
needed
a
a
name.
name. Yeah, I needed
Yep.
a name, so I finally had to like brand
Mhm.
myself. So
So Recycled Rad. Why did you come up with
my dad
Recycled
and I
Rad?
were like spitballing back and forth on kind of like what we wanted it to be, and I didn't want to be called like Pacific Northwest Vintage or like I didn't want to like pigeonhole myself into vintage because I didn't only sell vintage. I sell lots of other things
Sure,
that
yeah.
aren't vintage.
Yeah, not just clothing either.
Yeah, not
really.
just clothing either. Like I have tons of stuff, like fucking plushes, hat, like tons of accessories, like home decor, like art, like tons of shit.
Yeah.
So I needed a name that like encompassed all that. So we were just kind of like spitballing back and forth, and I didn't want to be called vintage, like I said. So we were just kind of like, And then he kind of just said Recycled Rad, and it kind of stuck.
Your dad
Yeah,
just
my
said
dad did, because like does brand design and like all this crazy stuff. Like that's really his job is to come up with like
those kind of things.
his job is to come up
Yeah.
with brands. So I just kind of went with that and ran with it, and it works well.
Yeah, I think it works
fucking-
well.
I like the name, and it's kind of stuck. And
Fair. You're
yeah,
just
I like
Recycled
it.
Rad now.
I'm just Recycled Rad now.
Okay.
And recycling's cool.
Yeah, recycling's cool. And you got the logo, the recycling
Yeah, I like the
logo.
R. I like the recycling R. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. All right. So, all right.
Mother Nature, man.
Another Mother Nature. When was the first event that we did? That was when I got back from Korea the first time? No. It must have been when you were at Tara's.
With Jan or like the first event?
With Jan. The loose ends would be the first one, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I could also look that up.
the one with Jan. I know the 1 year came up.
Yeah.
Or the 2, it'd be 2 years.
Well, I think I did the first Camp Gilly fleet on August 17th of fucking.
No, it would have been
2019.
before
So it
that because
hella
I was
been before
gone.
that.
I was gone in June.
Yeah, it had to have been.
Korea.
Yeah, because remember I did that solo.
The Cam Gilly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know where those were.
Look on like your photos. I don't know where they would be, but
yeah, we did the Jan. We did the recycled goods events before the Cam Gilly because I remember it being like Cam was like not ripping off the idea, but like
sure.
I don't know, like
he was just doing his own thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
What do you think is the best flea that you've done so far?
The best flea I've done. The best or my favorite?
Both.
Both.
Say one and
the best one was probably like the third or fourth Cam Gilly flea that I did.
Was I there?
I don't believe you were, because, but then like my favorite ones were like when me and you were doing it, because like we had so much like more stuff we could like do and get accomplished.
Dude, I specifically remember the one where it was
remember
you,
we got
me,
there before
and
literally everybody else that one flea market.
Yes,
we were literally there before
yes,
everyone.
and we literally just like scoped the block. Yeah, but I remember the first time that you had Emma come to one. I think that was my favorite one.
That one was a ton of fun.
Because like so many people were buying shit.
And it was like boom. It was like so high paced.
It
It
was
was
so
insane.
it was so high pace. It was so like high energy. Like that was right before COVID happened.
Yeah, true. It was like
So like
it
everybody was
climaxed.
just that was just like literally the climax before fucking COVID hit. It was like February 2020. And we had that 10 by 10 booth, 10 feet by
Yeah,
10 feet.
that was
And
just like filled. So literally, you had one walkway you could walk around. 'Cause we had
dude,
so much
dude,
shit.
that was the best one, I think. And we
I'm still the
made
only person to do shelves like that
I
at one
know,
of the
I know.
events.
Nobody's fucking done that since even,
I know,
which is
yeah.
shocking to me, but okay. So where do you see Recycled Rad from here on out? You just opened a website,
Yeah, we just got the website rolling, which is sick.
recycledrad.com.
Yes.
Link will be in the
Recycledrad.com.
bio, of
Yes,
course.
sir. But I mean, eventually my main goal, if I continue down this path of just like continuing to snowball this whole thing, is I want a physical store.
Okay. Physical store
Yeah, I would love a
in
physical
Portland.
store. Just kind of anywhere.
Yeah.
Portland would be like probably
Ideal.
the most ideal situation, but um I'd really like to be just like kind of anywhere that I can get myself into, kind
Yeah.
of, just because.
I think Terra's was a lot of fun when you were down there. Just being at the
Yeah,
store, like getting those walk-ups, seeing
even
people.
being open just Friday to Sunday, like
Yeah.
just the same way Helmart is, like it's like
Yeah.
totally like totally doable.
Are they only open 3 days?
Yeah, Friday to Sunday to the public. You can do
Oh.
appointments if you email them any other day.
I thought they were open.
But no, yeah,
Okay.
they're only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's not a bad call. Okay. And
Yeah, physical store
physical store is the
like
goal.
the goal for this whole thing.
Do you see vintage getting bigger, staying the same, or getting less popular in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see it growing like exponentially,
Really?
being a lot bigger than what it is. Yeah. The shit we're producing now is like we'll always have like all this stuff. Like the overconsumption of like everything is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and even in like 5 years, like shit that like came out like 2 years ago or like a year ago is gonna be like desirable because it's gonna be hard to find.
Mm.
Like a lot of these small brands now that pop up and then like disappear. Like if you like any of that stuff, like a lot of the stuff is just gonna kind of disappear until it resurfaces back in this market. Like
by small brands, what is a small
like
brand
I
right
don't
now?
know,
that
like even
could die?
even like kind of like Supreme, Undefeated, like Chinatown Market, like even yeah, like Father Steve, like Human Made, like Cactus Plant, Flea Market, like all that stuff that like will eventually like reach its end of its life and get donated or like end up like coming back into the whole circle of recycling clothes. Or even just be used and broken down into make new garments or yada yada.
But how do you think that the vintage that's out right now that's considered vintage?
Oh, like 70s, 80s, 90s,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
prior, all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. I think it is only going to get more expensive and it's only going to get bigger because the more people that get into it, like they're not making any more.
Yeah, the more rare it's
Yeah,
gonna get,
the
basically.
more rare it's going to get. There's only a certain amount of these tees. Like you can't remake them. They don't feel the same. It's not the same.
Okay.
And we know they're not the same because like we can go and get like a vintage washed t-shirt and then even directly compare it to this stuff and like it doesn't even.
No, it's different.
It's different. It's close, kind of. And like if you like, not really, but
yeah. Okay, I want to get your opinion on.
I just think it's gonna get bigger.
Sure, I agree.
That's
I think it will get bigger.
That's what I'm betting on.
Do you think it'll get bigger in the U.S., worldwide?
I think it could get bigger in Europe because it's kind of big in like the fashion orientated places, but like it's not like super.
I think it's
big.
really low key in Europe right now.
Yeah, because they don't have a
really
ton
like
of like thrift giving back kind of culture. Like
I think
their
the only
charity
places
shops are way different than United States.
So I've been to a couple thrifts in Europe. I would say the closest in Europe that they have in Germany, thrift stores are unheard of. In like most of Europe, I would say thrift stores are not a thing. The only place was in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, there's a lot of thrift shops that are very similar to like in America, which I thought was weird. I'm not. Maybe it's like Amsterdam influence, or I don't really know. But
I don't know.
even in Paris, like they had thrift, but it's like designer thrift. You know, it's like the Louis Vuitton, Gucci thrift.
Yeah, the LV,
so yeah, the
Gucci,
boutique thrift.
the boutique
you know,
stuff. Yeah, that stuff is in New York too.
Sure, and like I understand that.
Taking photos, bro.
Yeah. So I understand that kind of, but I'm wondering like, do you think that like regular thrift stores will be hit in Germany?
Maybe.
Because it's definitely, of course, in Korea, it's getting bigger. In Japan, most Asian countries, it's really fucking big right now, as big as in
Yeah.
the U.S.
Yeah, it's getting way bigger in those places.
But
It just kind of
but Europe is
depends.
just really not on that grind
Yeah,
right
it kind
now.
of just depends on, because I'm sure their like consumption of goods is the same or close to the same as ours. Like
Sure.
they have the
Yeah.
same kind of stores and the
hmm
same like stuff. So like I could see them
I
like,
also wonder, do you
but
think
like where does it all go then?
that I know, I don't know,
Like do they
but
like ship it off to
landfills
like
and
land
fucking
or impoverished places, or like does it all get actually donated and
hmm
not just
hmm
like fucking reused for a damn profit like Goodwill and shit?
yeah.
But
But how are you doing on yours?
I'm
Still
like
good.
halfway ish.
I'm done.
Damn, I'm getting there.
All right. Um, cheers, buddy.
A whole pint.
A whole, a whole pint right there. Okay. What is a trend that you see coming out soon that's like a vintage like okay, what are the trends right now for vintage,
The
would you
trends
say?
right now for vintage
Like
are
if you could get a t-shirt and you think you could make over so the biggest like t-shirt that's sold in the vintage community is an Aladdin tee for like $6,000.
yeah, it was $6,000 on a live auction on Instagram.
What is the next thing?
The next thing,
The
I mean,
next what's gonna
Disney
be
is still red hot right now.
really?
I still think Disney is very hot, but also I think there's a whole lot of inflation
Mm,
bringing in, or I don't know if inflation's the right word, but there's a whole lot. The prices are raising in other sectors
mm,
because Disney is like skyrocketing
mm-hmm,
way
mm-hmm.
farther than like most vintage. Like even like the sickest Nirvana tee like a couple months ago would only sell for like,
$500 I feel like, or
well,
like
heart
a
shaped boxes
thousand.
sell for like, yeah, 1,500, like
Yeah.
2 grand
Okay.
tops,
Okay.
like topped out.
Yeah.
But then like that came and like shattered the whole fucking. Because before, like that was like
That
you wanted like a
6K.
Nirvana heart shaped box, was like that was like the 2K or 1K that like people would buy
Yeah.
that tee for.
Yeah.
But now it's like Disney tees are hitting like crazy.
Like, why do you think that Aladdin tee sold for 6K? Because
I think all the right things happen.
yeah.
Like it's the perfect storm, right? You got this growing market that's getting more popular, aka live
Vintage
auctions,
community.
aka live auctions on Instagram. You get these more people that are exposed to it that have way exponentially more money than you might ever see in your lifetime.
Mm.
So like their expendable income is like huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 grand to some dude could be like fucking
Yeah. Not.
literally jack shit. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
could literally drop 6K and not pick it up or some shit.
So
You know, like
who was doing the live auction? It was Vintage Heatwave.
1980 something
Oh.
Co. The man, the myth. The
They were the one who made the money.
No, the dude that made the money was he was the
I thought it was Vintage Heatwave.
no, Vintage Heatwave was not
Oh.
the dude. So how it worked was 1980 something Co. is the host of the auction.
Mm-hmm.
He has somebody on
Yes.
who was Heat Broker.
Oh, Heat Broker. That's who it was.
So it's on Chris's account, Chris 1980 something Co.
Yeah.
It's on Chris's account. He like adds you to his live, and then for like 30 minutes you can sell stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when the Heat Broker came on his live slot, the Aladdin tee just went fucking insane. There was a bidding war,
Mm.
and fucking some dude capped out at
Did
6K.
you watch it live?
No, I didn't watch
No,
it live.
okay,
no.
okay.
I watched some more after that happened. I was like tuning in to see like what
Mhm,
happened, and like
mhm.
some of the prices are kind of crazy in there, but
Mm.
like it's all like some dudes think it's like a pissing contest between dudes, like, oh, I can have more money than you, like, oh, I'll bid you, you know.
Well,
like, some
sure,
people
that's
think it's
just
that.
auction. That's all
It's auctions in
auctions.
general.
Yeah.
But some dudes think it's all that, and it's like, oh, like this doesn't like this is all negative for vintage, like blah blah blah,
Mm.
which I don't think is the case. Like I think
Mm.
any exposure is good exposure. I'm in that boat where like
Mm.
regardless of what happens, like any exposure is good. Like and like there was like a fucking Business Insider, or business like the Business Journal or Business Insider, some like big magazine wrote about that.
About the $6,000.
Yeah, like some like financial magazine, like
Hmm.
fucking.
I would
really
say it's a
know, but,
big,
it's
like
a big
triumph.
thing, yeah.
It's
in,
a big
in
thing.
The,
It was a big thing.
in the collectible market.
In the vintage world, it fucking blew up.
Yeah,
Like
it was
I remember
insane.
just
So many
seeing all the
memes
people.
and, like,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts. But like I think it was like Business Insider, like somebody like pretty big, like wrote an article about it, which is like
Pretty
how many
interesting.
people know about like how many regular people that don't know about vintage
Mm-hmm.
just like are subscribed to Vintage Business Insider or subscribe to Business Insider or like whatever. Like
Yeah.
probably saw so many eyes.
So okay, that makes yeah. No,
But then
it's
some people, there's the other side of the story where some people think that like this is all like fabricated and like that like the dude that bought the tea was in cahoots with the dude that like wrote the article and like they're trying to like
nah.
some
I don't
I've seen
believe
a lot of that stuff.
I don't believe that.
I've seen a couple of those popping
There's
around.
always gonna be haters, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. Always.
I think no matter what, okay, even if it was like fabricated, I think it's still positive for the culture.
Yeah, me too. 100%. Yeah, I thought that same thing. Even if it is fake or whatever, like I think it's still like overly positive.
Yeah, just getting more exposure
to everything
with vintage, I think, is better. But now I just want to ask, like, what is the $10,000 tee?
The $10,000 tee. Yeah, the next one, right? Like, what's gonna like top?
Yeah,
the top?
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like, is
everybody...
it gonna be another auction? You think?
I think
or
is
is
it
gonna
has to
be
like it's so hard to bite just that $10,000 bullet with no nothing else. Like,
okay, so you
at
think?
least I think personally. Like,
so do you think that if you want to make like that kind of good money,
you have to do the live auction?
Yeah, you have to do the live auctions,
auction.
Even after COVID ends.
Maybe, or like you have to use eBay because those are the people that like
really make it fucking
I think
big.
So. Yeah, like because that's what routinely sells for a lot of money. But like I think the live auctions. I think they're kind of like here for good now. Like if people can make this kind of money,
are they still doing them?
He still does them like every
1980 something
all weekend. Yeah, he does them all weekend.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, exactly. And like what he charges. I think is pretty reasonable for like whatever time slot. And
would you ever consider doing one?
I did think about it. And I had like I'm just super like self-conscious, as you know. Like I'm super like kind of nervous about putting myself out there, even though like it doesn't really seem like that from like my Instagram maybe or whatever. But like going on live with like fucking 2,000 or 200 people like actively watching like is auction block style is kind of nerve-wracking.
I think you could do it. It's not like they're really doing anything. They're kind of just like showing a tee and then like, people were just like you give them the measurements. I mean, like it's not like you're like being quizzed on the fucking tee or the whatever. That's the nice thing about vintage is like
I read something today actually that like he read this whole he made this huge 1980 something. He made this huge like 10 slide like infographic of like the virtual flea like and here's what you can expect. Here's all this like here's like if you want to buy
as from a buyer's perspective or from a seller's.
I think mainly from like a buyer's and attendees kind of view. But the one thing I was nervous about was like I don't want to get fucking like made fun of or ridiculed at that point. It's not worth my fucking time. Like I'm gonna fucking hop off your live at that point. But he said like one of the slides was like fucking like if you're like you'll just get blocked and banned from like ever returning if you like or just sounding off and being a dick in the comments. Like,
sure, which makes sense.
Yeah, which is like he wants it to be like an inclusive place where like anybody can come and sell.
Yeah,
which if you're making fun of people, then fucking you get fucking blocked.
I agree.
Simple as that.
That's how it should be.
But I would consider doing it. Yeah, like before I was way more nervous about it, but like I'd probably consider doing it now that I've seen like a lot more people do it and like have a lot of success through it. Yeah, and I do have some stuff I could auction, but yeah.
So you never answered $10,000 tee. What is it?
At
least a genre.
Honestly,
like a Nike tee. Is it gonna be like an old Jordan?
In my opinion, like
a Jordan jersey. Could you see going for 10K? Like if it
but then when does that like cross like get into like the collectibles sportswear market and out of like the vintage market? You know what I mean? Like a signed Jordan jersey, like
well,
is that more
not
collectible?
Not signed.
Oh, okay, just like
I would say if it's signed, then it's a Jordan collectible.
Okay, yeah.
If it's not signed, then it's vintage.
It's just like a regular. Okay.
Because you like I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like when does it cross that like?
I would say if he wore it, but it's not signed, that's vintage. But if it's signed
I feel like that could still be collectible though.
Sure. And
anything's collectible.
Yeah, anything is collectible. Yeah. Exactly. Like, what's your definition of collectible and vintage? You know, like what's? I would say vintage. Like, that's what I was gonna say was. The great thing about vintage is that, like, you don't even have to be interested in it, but you know that somebody else might be interested in it, so you can sell it to them.
And I can still appreciate what it is.
Yes,
and like
exactly.
I understand why it's popular and stuff.
But that's what I was saying when like you don't need to, like when you're doing the auctions, you don't need to know everything about, like if you're selling a Jurassic Park tee, you don't need to know everything that Steven Spielberg meant.
Like, oh, do you know that they filmed that on the Nepali coast of
Yeah,
Hawaii, the intro scene?
You do know that.
Yeah, because we went there. But yeah,
like you don't need to know all that shit. I really liked and he stopped doing it, Thrift Lord doing those fucking, what were they? They were like the game shows.
Oh,
I loved that.
Oh, what was the one? Who wants to be a millionaire, but like vintage style, wasn't it?
I thought that was fucking a great idea. I loved that. I tuned into every single one of those.
The questions were hard.
They were hard questions, but like it was just interesting shit. Yeah. It was so cool. Because that's what literally vintage is about, I feel like. It's
that was
just
like quarantine, wasn't it? Like everyone was super bored and he was like, I'm gonna do a game show on Instagram Live.
Dude, I wish he would bring it back.
It was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style, wasn't it? Like you go up.
He only had like 5 guests, I think.
Really? Damn.
Yeah,
I remember like the Heat Broker was one.
Yeah, they were super fun, and honestly, like I loved it. I just like I love that there's just so much like pop culture shit that you can like get into with vintage, you know.
Oh, there's a ton of stuff you can be quizzed on.
Yeah.
Even just fucking music.
John to the old germ.
John.
Cheers to the audience.
Bro. OG, bro. Old germ.
OG.
Wait, where is it? There it
right
is.
there.
OG.
Nice.
That's sick. I honestly love these new cans.
Dude, yeah.
The world knows no finer.
Why do you think they changed the logo?
Bro, in my opinion,
yeah.
When you change your logo, that's a good thing. That means your business is making hella money. Because my dad is the dude that changes logos.
So you think they paid someone else to make this logo?
100%. Oh yeah, they paid some dude they paid some company or some guy. Because that's honestly how it works. No, because like that's what my dad does. He's literally, companies contact him to totally rework or they contact my dad's company, who then like totally reworks your whole shit. Down to the logo, the website, the fucking...
Was there ever a time where you considered like doing that as a job?
Yes and no. I've kind of battled with it like the whole time. Like I still do kind of battle with it, whether I do want to do that or not. But
like what's the degree you're going for right now?
I think it's like a
media literacy and communication.
Yeah, it's like a media literacy and communications with like I think I can get like a focus on like business in there too a little bit.
Because you've taken a few business classes?
Yeah. Because I kind of want it to be more business centered because obviously all this stuff.
For sure.
It'd be nice to know some more stuff, I guess. But
trust me.
Yes and no.
From what I have a business degree, and from what you talk, the way you talk, like it's literally what they talk about in business. Like, you know, like
that feels nice.
You know a good amount, more than you think. Like,
I mean, honestly, like as much YouTube as I watch, like a lot of it and seems to pay off because like I watch content that like is applicable to things that I do or things that like even if it's a dude talking about like him owning a Pokemon store where he buys and sells cards, like I can still take like the tidbits of him talking about like buying and selling because like I like Pokemon, but like
even
I can still take the tidbits.
Even just when what was that shoe seller that you showed me the other day? The shoe seller who literally just videos him doing the deals of selling shoes.
Fucking Cam's Kicks, bro.
Cam's Kicks. Like even just you watching that impresses me because like those kind of like dealings and like doing those negotiations
is hard.
It's really hard.
And I'm
a lot of people in business, a lot of people really struggle with negotiating.
Yeah.
And if you can learn how to negotiate well,
and honestly, I think I'm decent at negotiating. Like from the position I am in, I'm pretty good at negotiating. I'd like to say, and I'd like to say I'm pretty goddamn fair.
Yeah, I would say you're more fair than most in most cases.
Yeah, and
you're always negotiable.
I try.
Like, yeah,
you definitely. At the end of the day, I'm trying to please the people here. You know,
Okay.
And make a quick buck, kind of.
For sure. Also, since you mentioned it, we have to talk about your obsession, your semi-new obsession with Pokemon.
With Pokemon. Damn, I wish I had the binder on me right now.
Not well,
But because
show
I
the
just
fucking
show
rare
you,
cards,
yeah.
yeah.
But that's been tons of fun.
So
I've
tell
honestly,
me where, like what? It was when I was in Korea, so I totally like missed this
yeah, bro.
thing.
So literally, like
I know you
I've
guys
been
are-
into cards. I've been into cards.
You've been
for a
into
while.
cards. I mean, you were into Magic in high school,
Yeah, I was
early
into
high
Magic.
school.
My first flipping before I was flipping clothes, I was flipping and scamming kids of Magic cards. Fun fact. That's a little tidbit. Not most people know.
Yeah.
But I was scamming kids at the lunch table for
Magic the
Magic cards.
Gathering,
Yeah,
Magic
bro.
the Gathering, the card game.
Sell foils and shit. Like, dude, it's so easy.
You and Ethan.
But yeah, Ethan and I, yeah. But I don't know. I was into Pokemon cards when I was like way younger. Before I even like, I would like watch the show and be like, oh, dude, there's cards with the show. Like that's cool. Like I didn't understand it was like you like fight each other. And
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, you played the games too.
Yeah, I played because I had like a my parents got me like a fucking I had a
Game Boy.
Game Boy Advance,
Mm.
like the flip up one.
Mhm.
I had one of those for a while, and I think one of my first Pokemon games was fucking
Silver.
either silver or like that
Or-
red one, like the red.
Oh,
Short
Ruby?
one.
Ruby?
Yeah, Ruby. Ruby was one of my
Ruby
first.
Red?
Like Ruby or Emerald was one of my first ones.
Those were great games.
Yeah, I missed the fucking. I can't wait for them to remaster them. I'm really
Think they
hoping
will?
for the 25th anniversary. I hope that they fucking put them on the goddamn Switch.
They're not gonna put them all.
I pay for it.
They're not gonna put them all. It's gonna be probably
I don't want to
you're
play
gonna
Sword and Shield.
no you're gonna get a silver and gold, rose gold.
Ooh, yeah, those are fun though. Still,
I've heard so many rumors about them doing silver and rose gold because I think
or
it's
Soul Silver, right?
Soul Silver, right?
And
Because I
Heart-
think
Soul Silver and
because I
Heart
think
Gold
it's
or
the
something.
15th or 10th anniversary of those.
Oh,
So I think I'm betting pretty good money that at least those will get a remaster. You'll probably have to buy it, but anyways, so you played them when you were younger.
yeah, I was kind of playing when I was younger and fucking. I
Watched
feel like that's everyone.
Did you
says
see
that.
the
I was
TV
like,
show,
I liked
original?
Pokemon when I was younger.
original TV show?
Yeah, I'd watched the TV. I'd watched the original TV show when I was also when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I'd totally gotten out of cards, right? And then like I hadn't had a
You haven't
craving.
touched cards.
I haven't touched cards for like years.
like since
Years and
freshman year of high
years.
school. Like since I've known you.
Yeah, at least.
I
Like,
never saw you guys do anything with Magic since
Yeah.
I've known you.
yeah, literally.
But I know you guys were really into it before
Yeah,
you met me.
we'd go to like the fucking local game store and we'd play the
Mhm.
tournaments and shit.
Yeah.
And, like I did the whole 9
So
yards.
I would say like 5 years solid
yeah,
at least.
hiatus. And like I was seeing like all these YouTube videos of like Pokemon just like honestly, I saw all these videos of Pokemon exploding.
Yeah.
Like it was going ham, and I was like, I couldn't like help but not notice that
Mm.
Pokemon was like popular again.
Mm.
And I was like, oh damn, like that's kind of cool.
Mm.
Like that's not bad. And I was looking at the cards and I was like, damn, these cards have gotten a lot cooler than I
Mhm.
remember. Like these crazy full out cards and like
Mhm,
all these
mhm.
hollows and like all these crazy like they have like fucking like texture and like
Yeah, they're
it's, like,
cool.
it's
They're cool. I agree. I've
crazy.
seen some of the ones you've pulled,
and you've pulled
and
I
I've
guess.
pulled. We'll talk about
But-
that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute.
But and I just kind of like looked at
Well,
Emma.
Okay, so
one
the
day.
way that I thought of it was, you guys were playing Pokemon Go, you and Emma.
Oh, that's true. Emma and I were playing Pokemon
like
Go.
you guys were grinding.
Yeah, we played it a
Pokemon Go.
lot.
You guys played it a lot.
Yeah, and,
In
I
like
don't even
early
really-
2020, like the quarantine.
Yeah, it just
like,
started and like it. I don't really know. It was kind of like
Every
just, like,
day you
walk
guys would go to the fucking
around.
park and
yeah,
walk
we'd
around.
go to Chapin and
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
that shit was fun.
So I was thinking that had to do something with it.
it was kind of maybe more or less subliminal, honestly.
Maybe? Okay.
Because we were playing that hella, and then I guess I started noticing it kind of started blowing up again, and then like a lot of the prices for the old cards were like skyrocketing like crazy.
Yeah, of course.
The graded
Yeah.
old cards
Yeah.
are skyrocketing.
I remember
all
that
of them in
that
general.
Charizard
skyrocketed,
just recently
but,
in
like
like
30K or something
late
crazy.
late
yeah.
2020 got like $30,000.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy
For
for a fucking Pokemon.
but yeah, for cardboard, bruh. But and then I just kind of like looked at Emma, and I was like, "Yo, like, you want to go buy some Pokemon cards?" Like, I just kind of like threw it out there. one day.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, "Yo, can we go like buy some Pokemon cards? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to go buy some like an Elite Trainer box and we can like crack some packs?" Like,
Yeah.
And she was like, sure, yeah. Like, because, like, in quarantine, like, we have jack shit. Honestly, there's jack
Nothing
shit
to
there's
do.
shit to do.
For
like,
sure.
after doing all this stuff and doing everything, doing the laundry and posting and everything, like,
Yeah, you're just sitting up in your room and
playing video games, watching more YouTube, watching movies and shit. And then, like, just, like, collecting these cards has been so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though, like, realistically, like, fucking... I'm probably, like, realistically, like, negative investment or whatever.
I was gonna say, so
like,
how much do you think you've spent on Pokemon cards
I would
since when you got your craving in 2020?
Yeah, since we started,
like, do you have a rough estimate a month of when you started?
well, generally we would go. What we were saying
Once
when
a
we first
week.
started, we stayed on Thursdays, Pokemon Thursdays. We'd buy packs on Thursdays, right? So, like, pretty much anytime you buy Pokemon, you spend around, like, $50.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to get, like, enough packs to make it, like, worthwhile to open, you know, like, you want to spend, like, at least enough money to, like, make it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to just, like, open a couple packs and be like, all right, cool, here's some non-hollows and, like, a reverse that's, like, lame.
Yeah.
You know, like, just a waste at that point.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I'd say, like, with all the collection boxes and stuff, probably, like, maybe around, like, $3-ish, like $250, $300, like
Each, you and Emma.
Yeah, Emma and I.
Yeah, because you would spend $50 and she would spend $50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'd each spend like our own amount because we're each kind of like collecting and stuff.
Got it.
And her luck is cracked. Also, her luck is insane.
Not as cracked as mine.
Yeah, dude. Literally two pack Magic Charizard, dude. That's insane.
I've only opened 2 packs in the last year.
Not counting the Korean packs. Not counting the Korean.
Okay,
packs.
yeah, not counting the Korean packs. So
imagine you pull something out of those, bro.
I know. That would have been cool too. But I've probably opened a total of 4 packs, right?
Within the last
year.
10 years.
10 years. One of them was what I don't even know what the Charizard was. It was a Charizard, like full hollow graphic.
Yeah, it's some crazy Charizard from a Charizard pack too. The Charizard card
on
like
the
Charizard
front logo
front
on the pack. It's like the card you want out of the pack.
Oh.
And it was the first pack that I opened.
No, the second one.
It was the second one. Okay,
but you.
It was the first card.
But you got like the Gengar or like the cool one before that.
Yeah.
You got the full art before that, and I was like, damn, like
that was a
like
good
not
card.
Opening anything, and then like. And I was
like, okay, Gavin, this one's gonna have the Charizard. Open it up. He has some kind of trick that you can do.
Yeah.
There's a card trick. You put 3 to the back. You take 1 out. I don't know.
So the rares at the end.
Yeah. Whoop. Charizard full fucking art. Oh my god. He didn't even believe it.
No, I didn't believe it at first, but I was shaky,
good.
bro.
That was good. He was shaky.
Because if that comes back graded a 9, like a 9 would be probably I think around like $200. But if that gets a 10,
how do you get?
That's like $500.
Do you know how to get like a 9 or a 10? Like,
bro, it's up to the third party company that grades the cards.
Of course.
You send them in,
like,
and you get them back graded.
There's no guidelines or anything like that.
I mean, how it generally goes off of like centering, like how your card is centered, how it's cut out of the sheet, because it all comes in one big sheet of Pokemon cards, and they all get cut out. So like depending on like, you know how like the yellow around it, if that's you want that to be like border. Perfectly like the same.
So it's not even up to you.
It's not. You can pull something pack fresh straight into a sleeve.
That's
you don't even breathe on it.
That's
what I did. You go straight into a sleeve, straight into like a heavier sleeve, and then
it could still get like a 9.7.
And then you could still how PSA works is it's only even numbers.
Oh,
so 1
through 10.
Good.
That's good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Honestly,
7, 8, 9, 10.
I respect that.
But there's another company called BGS, I think, or Beckett, and Beckett Grading Services, BGS, and they do half grades, so you can get a 9.5. And like 8.5, and they do it's called subgrades, I think. I don't have any graded cards. I haven't gotten anything graded. I think it costs like $10 a card to grade. But
so
like,
you only want to know if it's worth it.
Yeah, like
if
or
like
you have
that
Charizard value or something.
Maybe in the future you'll grade that Charizard.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like at the end of the day, like if I get enough cards like worth sending in, like I'll do it. But right now, like
so you send in a group of cards.
Yeah, you can do an individual card or like a group, and it kind of works like, so it works in different ways. So you could like say you have one card that you want like, so you know how the Pokemon craze is blowing up. So they're like they're super slammed at grading cards,
I'm sure.
Like, slammed as fuck.
Yeah.
So you could be like, hey, I have this card. I want the top service. I need it back in fucking 2 weeks, right? It'll obviously cost you more money, right?
Sure.
They'll just charge you more money.
Sure.
To speed up the process.
That's fair.
But if you just go like the regular, I think $10 to $15 a card. Right now, it can take you anywhere from, I don't honestly have no idea. Like, some people have been waiting on cards for so long, and then some people get them back. Like, it's such a crapshoot.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
And right now, they are slammed with grading cards. Like, the Pokemon craze is crazy. Everybody, all the YouTubers and everything are opening old packs, and like,
for
them to get
Logan
the return
Paul
on investment.
Open packs, Sean Witherspoon.
Yeah, all those dudes are
packs.
open. He opened packs literally today.
Really?
I saw in his story. He was opening vintage packs. But literally, like, to get, like, because, like, how the YouTubers do and shit is ad revenue. They don't have to pay for the box because you watch the video and that pays for the box itself. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're getting paid in so many different ways that them opening that is just content.
Yeah.
They could probably write it off as a goddamn business expense for all I fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, they could probably just fucking be like, oh, yeah, fucking $5,000 business expense. Like, I had to make that video.
Yeah, had to drive to the fucking store to buy the packs. Like,
Oh, I had to buy them on eBay, so.
Shipping.
It's ridiculous. But
interesting.
But yeah, I think eventually, like, getting some graded cards would be cool, like, because they come in these cool, like, slabs. And,
those, like, plastic
where
container
it's, like,
things.
They can't get bent or anything, and, like, and they're worth exponentially more.
Sure.
Like, exponentially more.
Yeah.
Because there's also, like, they keep track of everything, obviously, because they know what they're putting out into the Pokemon economy, I guess you could say. So, like, there's a whole list of, like, okay, there's only 250 PSA 10 Charizards, but there's, like, 1,000 PSA 9 Charizards, you know? So, like, they do the whole thing.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you a question I bet you've never thought of.
Okay.
Do you think that'll ever happen with vintage clothing? Like, where people will grade the vintage and then it'll almost get like that's because I've always wondered how could you get like a solid market value on a vintage piece, because right now there's no
a lot of it's like
it's
kind of
all
like
just like
hearsay,
up to debate.
You
know, like
I've seen personal preference.
I've seen Thrift Lord recently just start like asking people just like
what would
you buy this for, and there's just like random crazy tees like band tees or whatever,
anywhere from like $100, someone will say $100, and then some dude will say
6,000 or something, like
something crazy.
If fucking a Disney tee got 6,000, this should be like 10. So do you ever see a company like that popping up and grading vintage, at least tees?
It's tough because you can't wear Pokemon cards. So like I think think of how like how big your average t-shirt is. How the fuck do you like
preserve it?
Other than framing it, which I've seen some people frame stuff.
I mean, even at fucking Helmart, they have framed
2 shirts framed, because I think it's like only the front or something. But
I could see them doing it for tees or jeans.
I could see it for jeans. I could see definitely for jeans.
Yeah.
I think people could be people already are omega anal about jeans. But I feel like you could definitely grade jeans on some sort of scale that you like kind of like figured out. Like
I think you could do it like a percent of fadeness on a shirt.
Tees, and it could be interesting, yeah. But it's interesting though because some people want the dead stock tee. They want the tee that's never been worn for like 30 years or whatever. But then some people, which is worth more to them.
Yeah.
But then some people want the shirts that have holes, fades, rips, and that's worth way exponentially more to them.
If it was, in your opinion, do you think generally are you going to get more money for a tee that's faded and has holes, or that is in pristine dead stock condition?
I mean, from personal experience, faded and holes. I get more money for it.
Really? Okay.
Because I sold that Carhartt on Grailed for like $220.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the most expensive jackets I've ever sold.
Really?
Just a worn Carhartt jacket, straight to France.
All right. $220. A Carhartt jacket is different than a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about a solid
specifically
t-shirt.
A t-shirt.
Specifically a tee.
You probably get more money for dead stock.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But I can see the Carhartt being expensive because like a worn in Carhartt shirt it hits different.
100%.
For sure. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like how do you say, like, fucking depends on the item, kind of. I think like for t-shirts mainly, I could say you could probably get more for dead stock. It's harder to sell the dead stock stuff because people are kind of scared to wear it, and then all the value goes down or like lessens
Mm.
kind of, because like say you bought like this brand new Nike shirt from the 80s for like, I don't know, like $100 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I could just like keep it like this,
Mm.
and then it could either go up in value or stay the same, or I guess lose money too.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're probably thinking it's gonna stay the same or go up,
For sure.
unless you take the tag off and wear it. Then it'll definitely go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then if you already have a shirt that's dead stock with like no tags or anything, you can kind of maybe get away with wearing it a couple times and hanging on to it without anybody really knowing, like, that it's like actually unworn. But then that kind of comes down to like your own conscience, depending on how you want to like advertise your items and stuff. Like,
sure.
Because like in my opinion, it's so hard to know unless you find it in the original plastic that it came in. It's so hard to know if something's unworn. Like even if tags are on it, like people can still toss stuff on all the time with tags on it.
With tags on it. Yeah, definitely.
So it's incredibly hard to know.
Sometimes you can tell though, like there's a crease. I feel like that, as long as like, right now I would say from the 90s, you can tell if something's unworn if by the creases, like
That's
that
true,
it has.
And if it
you
has,
know,
like, they put like those stickers on some shirts and stuff. Like if
yeah,
they're brand new, like,
yeah.
This so and so selling point. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I could see
it is hard to tell. I agree, but I would say if it's from at least like 1999 or before, and it has like a certain kind of crease to it, you can kind of tell like, okay, this has definitely not been worn.
Yeah,
like,
you look at it and you're like,
yeah, like it's like you can tell when you're unfolding a shirt for the first time.
That's
like,
true. Yeah,
you know, that's just my opinion. Anyways, moving on again from vintage. We always are going to come back to this, I'm sure. But
$10,000 t-shirt.
Let's talk about no. I'll get that out of you at some point, but we'll see. Video games. I want to talk with you
Video
about.
games, yes sir.
What do you think, first, is the top video game company right now, not based on personal preference?
Okay.
And where do you see the video game market going?
Okay. Video game company not based on personal preference. I'd probably have to say like Sony and PS.
Really?
The whole PS5 line is probably like, they're probably like the nicest to their consumers, if I had to guess.
So you're
like,
going with traditional consoles.
What were you expecting?
I was saying like any game company.
Oh, company? Oh,
I
thought you meant like Nintendo, GameCube, or not GameCube.
Well, that's
like
what I was saying. You
Nintendo.
were going with traditional consoles.
Yeah, I was gonna go with traditional consoles.
That's fine. So Sony, you think they're the king right now?
Yeah, I think Sony's probably the best.
Out of the three being Microsoft, Xbox.
Yeah, Sony with the
Sony with PS5.
4 or 5, whatever.
Well, now it's a PS5, right? That's what they call it?
PS5 now, yeah.
And then Nintendo with their Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal favorite is Nintendo, other than they kind of treat all their customers like fucking
like dog shit.
Like dog shit.
I hate that.
We need in-game chat, bro. In-game chat.
We need so many things from Nintendo, dude. It's unreal. The in-game chat is, I would say that's not even the first thing, bro. I agree with you. We need an in-game, we need a chat in general.
Anything.
There's no chat for if you're online and I'm online.
Yeah,
I can't just send you a message like, hey, want to play?
No, literally, it's either an invite or you join.
The reason I've heard from other YouTubers, the reason for that is because they want to discourage negative
I have heard that too.
messaging.
That's the kind of their excuse.
That's literally their excuse, which, like, okay, it makes sense, but, like...
You don't want some kid getting cussed at when he plays Splatoon? Like, come on, bro.
Like, bro, yeah, exactly. So, okay. So you think Sony's on top?
Yeah, Sony's on top in general. My personal favorite is Nintendo, though. I like Nintendo games.
Where do you see the game market going? Traditional console game market.
I think everything is gonna essentially look like a piece, like a branded PC.
Really?
From now on, like,
Even
it already
Nintendo.
kind of looks like it. Maybe not Nintendo now. I don't really know where. I honestly have no idea what the fuck Nintendo is doing. Like, I can't.
It's hard to tell.
I can't say anything, but like with the PS5 and the new Xbox, whatever it's called, it
Series
looks.
S.
Yeah, Series S or whatever. It looks like, essentially looks like a PC.
It does.
With a controller.
Definitely
you know,
the
like,
Xbox does.
And
I mean, both
they both
honestly.
kind of look like PCs.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's just gonna like, That's kind of what they're shooting for, right? Like to essentially be a PC, right?
That's what
With
I'm.
like
Yeah,
with licensed software and licensed games and like not just some open marketplace like Steam. Like
but so do you see? So
I also
let's
see
take let's take.
VR.
So I
Oh,
think Nintendo is a different, obviously,
it's its whole yeah, it's
category.
its whole.
So for Xbox and PlayStation, do you see them trying to be more exclusive with their games in the future, or do you see them trying to do more third party,
Exclusive is in like
like
Xbox
like
exclusive.
Xbox Halo, PlayStation like
Hmm.
or I don't even know what the PlayStation exclusives
I
are. Last of Us,
I would
you know what I
say
mean?
yeah. I
Or
would.
are they gonna keep it how it is right now with?
I hope for a lot more cross-platform stuff. I hope for
I
a
think
lot.
everybody hopes
Yeah, I
that, but
hope that. I don't know if it's necessarily going to go like that, but
will Halo ever be on a PlayStation?
see, that's the tough question. I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I don't really think so. But like, I'm more of a PlayStation fanboy, anyways.
Mm, yeah,
Like,
you
I
always
like
have had a
Xbox,
PlayStation.
and like, I've played tons of Halo in
Mm,
like before my Xbox red ringed, and then I didn't have an Xbox anymore.
yep, classic.
Because I
That's how
was
it
like
goes.
fucking 14 and I couldn't
Hmm.
afford a new Xbox
Yeah.
after I red ringed. But
All right, let's go through your gaming years.
the gaming years.
First game, like gaming system that you owned.
First gaming system I remember owning was like we've had an NES forever.
Okay.
But like the first one I remember is like PS2, I
Mm.
think. When like my dad would play Hello PS2 and he'd like buy
Your
games and
dad would play
yeah, my dad would play
PS2
PS2 game. My dad has always been a gamer for the most part. Like he's probably playing he
Ew.
was playing WoW like, earlier today.
right now. Yeah.
Um but probably I remember playing I don't really remember playing PS2, but like I remember like getting like Ratchet and Clank games and like kind of
Mm.
Spyro games when I was
Mm.
younger. And then I remember getting like a
Sly
GameCube.
Bandicoot.
Yeah, and Sly Bandicoot and stuff, but I remember getting a GameCube. But then
Really?
I don't really remember what happened. I vividly remember getting like a Harry Potter
Game
game
on the
on the
GameCube.
GameCube and then like never
Playing.
like I played it a couple times, but then like never touching the GameCube after that.
Huh.
Like I never gave the GameCube a second. I don't even know what happened to it, honestly.
Interesting.
Like it kind of just like poofed away. Like I don't really know what happened.
Do you think
But
like yeah, I don't know.
I kind of went from like PlayStation
PS2.
2 to like GameCube, and then like my parents had gotten me like a Game Boy Advance when I was like way younger,
Mm.
like for like my special birthday, like October 7th, like when I turned 7,
Mm-hmm.
I got like a Game Boy Advance and
But
like
then
I had a Pokemon
I
game
feel
and
like right
shit,
after
but
that, you guys were just PC all the way.
well, what happened was I played Xbox all through like 6th grade and middle school. And then a couple of my friends had gotten PCs and were like, dude, like it's way better.
Mm.
And I was like, you
Like
sure?
a couple of your friends, as in like Nate and Sam.
Yeah, they were like talking about getting PCs. And I was like,
Mm.
and they were like, dude, it's going to be way better. Like there's so many more games. Like,
Which is true.
and so I was like, oh, fuck. Like I can't afford a PC. Like that's
Mm.
fucked. Like I
Mm.
can't buy like a mouse, a keyboard.
And how old were you thinking? Are you
Middle
thinking?
school.
Middle school. Okay.
Middle school, like
Gardner.
going into like high
High
school.
school, really?
And like I had a MacBook, like a hand-me-down MacBook from my dad that had like gotten destroyed. So like I had like played WoW and played computer games and stuff and like
Mm.
comfortable in that realm. But
Mm.
like I was super uncomfortable with like PCs and stuff.
Mm.
And I still am. Like,
Yeah.
I'll always probably be Mac boy till I die.
Hmm.
Mac Apple gang.
Mm.
But because that's how I started playing WoW. Because that was the
Mm.
only one of the only games
Games.
available for Mac. So that's why I played WoW.
Mm.
It was one of the only games I could even play.
Mm.
So that's why I sunk so many hours in that game because
Mm.
like that was one of my only options was
Mm.
just to play WoW.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was nice enough to pay monthly for me. So like
when you played in those early days, was it like were you playing just with your dad, or were you
yeah,
playing?
I'd be playing with my dad, and then I convinced Nate and Sam to get WoW.
You
I
convinced
convinced
them?
Yeah, I
I
convinced
did
them.
not know that. I thought
because-
Nate was playing on his own
No,
too.
no. Because I started playing WoW in like 4th grade.
Yeah.
Because my dad had the whole design company and he had all the MacBooks and shit. So like I had eventually gotten a hand-me-down MacBook probably way earlier than I should have,
Yeah.
realistically.
Yeah.
And I remember downloading EverQuest
EverQuest.
and it not working
Oh,
and being like
no.
devastated because it had taken like
Oh.
2 days to download or some shit. Like it
Yeah.
had taken so long back then. And like I literally like I remember like crying, like
Oh
literally like I
no.
was like probably like 6th grade, like
Yeah.
7th grade, like I was really upset that it didn't download and it couldn't work because I was
Yeah.
playing a Mac and I was
Mhm.
like, why does this Mac like why can't I play any goddamn games? You know, like no games ever were compatible for Mac in the early days.
Yeah.
This is way
No,
before
I
Steam
remember. I
had
remember.
way
Yeah.
before
You couldn't even
Steam.
do fucking Adobe Flash
Literally,
Player.
yeah.
I remember those
So my
days.
dad and I went down to Freddy's, go to Fred Meyer's somehow, and they had a copy of Classic WoW.
Yes.
Classic WoW. And it said it was compatible with Mac. And that was music to my goddamn ears.
Just a game you could play on
Literally
the
a
old
game I could play on the
laptop.
MacBook.
That's funny.
And that's what started it ever since. And my dad started playing it too because he kind of saw like how it was a good game.
Yeah.
And like how I was having fun with
So
it.
he
And then we could
started
play
because
together.
of you.
Yeah, because I wanted to play games. I wanted to
Oh
play
my
games.
God.
And like
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
I
Fair
wanted to
enough.
play some games.
Okay, so then how long did the WoW last?
Well, it lasted all the way through grade school. And then I think something happened to my laptop and I got like fucked, so I couldn't play
And
I couldn't play any computer games
in
anymore.
like middle school,
Yeah,
probably?
around middle school, like 8th grade, 9th grade probably. I couldn't play any more computer games.
And then Nate and Sam got you
And
on
then
the PC
Nate,
grind.
yeah, Nate and Sam got PCs and I was like, bro, this looks like way better.
And then like
So-
League immediately?
Yeah, I remember getting League on
League
like
of
my
Legends?
neighbor's computer and playing League on his computer and being like, dude, this game is sick. Like literally like season 1 and 2. Like I don't even know what season they're on now.
So at that time you guys were playing League of Legends and playing Magic the Gathering? Or was that-
Yeah. We were
Yeah.
collecting magic cards. Yeah, I was collecting
Damn.
magic cards.
Damn.
Just opening packs and like fucking like had a binder and you go to like the LGS
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
sell
yeah,
cards
okay,
and shit.
okay.
And compete in like
Just
these
trying to
like,
give some kind of reference.
yeah, Friday Night Magic or whatever. was the
Sure,
name, I
sure,
think.
sure.
F&M, yeah, F&Ms.
Yeah, fair.
We do that and then I built a PC like sophomore year. Like
Really? That late?
Yeah, it took me like it was like because I remember like specifically being like in like the we were lifting weights for lacrosse. I remember like being in the weight room talking to Ethan about like my part list and stuff. Like very vividly I remember like lifting like my fucking like triceps and being like
Talking about the PC shit.
Yeah, talking about the PC shit because I was like so stoked about it.
That's
like
so funny.
and it was like the most I'd ever spent on anything before because I
Sure.
spent like I think I spent in total like $550 and then I got a keyboard and mouse for Christmas before
you built the PC,
Before I
you got
built
a
the
keyboard and
CDT,
mouse.
'cause I was, like, saving
Damn, I
up.
didn't know it was that late, honestly.
Yeah,
I thought
it
you
took
guys
me a
had
while.
I mean, Ethan had been doing it for a while.
And then I remember like playing like hella PC games like all throughout high school until I hit like junior.
Well, I mean, that would have been
senior year?
in sophomore year. Would have been when you and I like met.
Yeah, because I
basically.
remember playing hella computer games still with you because we
we
played
Fallout
and
and
like
we played
Dishonored.
Yeah, all those games.
And then it kind of just like lost its like
Luster
luster for
for
me, and like I didn't want to like upgrade my parts because like I was like doing other shit and like
Well, that's when you, I think, started getting into vintage.
yeah, I probably started getting more into clothes at that point. So like all my money
what
was going
crossed
other
you
places.
what crossed you from PC to Nintendo?
I'm trying to think. Well, I had a PS4.
Also, do you need another jacket?
No, I'm just like arms across.
Oh, okay.
I had a PS4
Yeah, I remember you having the PS4.
because my dad was paying me like $100 for every goal I made in the
Oh,
cross.
yeah.
So like one game I got like 5 goals, and he like stood up to the task and gave me like $500.
Instantly, that was the last time Jeff ever
literally,
gave him
literally.
$100 for a goal.
Yeah, and it was like
oh my
after
God.
that it was like he'd be like, okay, you get like $20 for a goal.
I remember Ethan and I were so pissed when we heard about that.
And
we
I
were
literally-
like, $100 a fucking goal.
And I
Like,
literally insta-copped a PS4 after that. I went
I
and copped a
remember that.
PS4 and I was like, dude, this is sick.
it was good. We had a lot of fun on that PS4.
I played like what was the really hard Dark Souls game that wasn't Dark Souls?
Demon Souls.
No.
You
The
couldn't
one
have
where you
played
had the
that.
gun. The one where you had the gun.
Oh, Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Yeah,
We played Bloodborne
yeah.
on it and a whole bunch of other
We
shit.
played a bunch of shit on that. That was a good
That was a
console.
good ass console. But
got-
then I was totally over the PS4 and I was like,
Mm.
I told my sister's boyfriend, be like, hey, do you want to buy this? Like, I'll sell you everything for like, it was like, honestly, I think I sold it for like $100. Like it was right around the time that PS5 was getting rumored to announce. So I was like,
very soon.
I want to sell it
very recently.
within like the year.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta sell it because like I don't want the price to go down.
But you had the Switch before that.
Well, I got the Switch for Christmas.
Oh.
One of the times I went to New York, I got the Switch for Christmas.
Oh, that's
because
what I was
remember
was how you
it
got the
came
Switch.
out, and I was like, dude, like this is gonna be like this looks like the best console
It's a
like I've ever
revolutionary
seen.
console.
Like
The
it,
Nintendo Switch
it honestly
being
kind of blows me away in my opinion. Like the fact that like I was so sold on the fact that I could literally be playing on the TV, pick it up, and
And
literally continue
instantly-
playing without any delay, pretty much.
yeah,
Like it's honestly kind of crazy.
it's a great console.
And like it's great because I travel a lot, so it's
Mhm.
great for like planes. It's great. It's not
Mhm.
really great for car rides because I kind of get car sick.
Yeah.
Even with looking at phones, I get kind of car sick.
Mm,
So like it's not good for cars, but for planes, it's great.
mm.
Unless you don't get car sick, it's probably great for cars.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
or maybe like a more simple 2D game, and something that's not like 3D
Maybe,
and you have
maybe.
to focus on a lot. But
Okay. So there was no real reason
Yeah, I
other
was
than
just
it just kind of intrigued you.
yeah, I was just kind of over the PS4, and I was
Like
over first
before
person
you got it for
shooters.
Christmas, did you ask for it?
Yeah, yeah. I asked specifically if I wanted a Switch. I wanted a
So-
Switch. Yeah.
Was that before it actually came out? Like do you remember the year that you got the Switch? Because it came out in 2017 or 2018.
2017, I think. And I had a launch one.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you
I
did
had a
have a
launch
launch
one.
one.
I had a launch one. So I think I remember Nintendo like
I want to
launching
say you
it.
got it when I was in Germany.
Yeah, because I got it for Christmas.
Yeah, so, well, no. I wouldn't have been in Germany. You would have been in New York. I'm trying to think of when you got it, because I do not
It was
remember
like the
when,
first time-
honestly.
We'd gone to New York when I was older.
Mm,
So it had to have been at least like 4 years ago. At least. Because I've been in New York 3 times since then.
Okay, maybe. And you didn't go this year?
Yeah, we didn't go this year, but I went
Fair.
the past 3 years prior, and I
Yeah.
got it the first year we
Okay.
went of those 3.
Okay, makes sense. So, okay, you got the Switch, and then
Oh.
instantly hooked.
Yeah, instantly hooked because I heard of I'd heard how good Breath of the Wild was.
Yeah,
and
it was.
and I was like, that
in the
game
early
looked-
days, it was literally the Breath of the Wild machine.
That's what it was called. That was the
Yeah,
meme. It was like
yeah.
it was the Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey machine.
Yeah.
Like, those are the only 2 games
games.
worth it on there. Like, and then I was banking on Smash getting released. That was before Smash had gotten rumored or anything. Or anything. I was like,
Yeah,
I
because
want a
that got
Smash game.
rumored in 2018. You definitely had it before then. Yeah, so you're right. 2017 probably.
Yeah, and I was like, if the Switch can play like Skyrim on launch, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
it
this
was
is
playing
insane.
some-
Like that's nuts. Like I got Skyrim
It's-
like one of the launch titles.
It's
Like
pretty nuts what they can do on the
from the
fucking
fact that we
Switch.
can play like Risk of Rain,
A mobile.
fucking
Yeah, any of those games
Yeah, bro.
on the go, like
It's
anywhere.
crazy. Like, there's no games that are only TV compatible or something. Like,
Mhm.
they're all you can play them all. The dock literally is like a USB-C hub to the TV. Like
Mhm.
that's literally it, pretty much. Like,
So if you had to guess, where does Nintendo take it?
I mean, I'm hoping for the Switch Pro.
Well, Switch Pro, I think that's guaranteed. I think that's coming next year.
I'm hoping for
This
the
year.
Switch Pro.
I think we will get announcement any day now. Honestly,
I could see that because I don't think because it's a home console and a DS in one.
but they haven't made that Switch yet. It's still a home console, I would say.
You think? You don't think? Because they don't. Do they still?
There's
how's
no.
DS's right now?
I don't think there's a single DS game on the Switch.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? I think
Mm.
they're. I don't know if they're not still making 3DS. You want the last one?
Mm-hmm. Damn, over an hour.
Yeah, we're chilling, bro. Most of them go like 2-3 hours.
Damn.
I would say, let's see. I don't know of any, because they have like the Nintendo Online that has like whatever, like NES games and Super Nintendo games,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no, that I know of, known DS game on the Switch, and I'm not sure if they're making 3DS games anymore. Because
Yeah.
what was the newest DS? Was it the 3DS XL?
The 3DSi XL or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the 3D,
Which came out
3D
literally before the Switch came out.
Yeah, it did.
So they either got to come out with a new Switch, and it's got to be this year. I'm literally banking on this year. It's going to be another 3DS that's going to be very similar to the Switch, or it's going to be, I don't know, and it has to be another Switch Pro, and then they have to release, like,
Because I just want to Switch with a better screen and like better everything. Honestly, Like,
Again, we could go on for literally hours for what Nintendo needs to do. I'm just wondering what you think they're going to do. Actually, I don't think they're going to ever fix the fucking Joy-Con issue.
no, they have to. They're getting federally sued. They're getting sued by the government.
There will be the new Switch will fix it.
You think?
We'll see.
Are they gonna? You think they're gonna have to do like a rebate or anything? Like some like
No, because they're gonna come out with a new Switch and they're gonna say, "We fixed the issue, probably," but then maybe it won't even fix the issue.
I've heard the issue. The real issue is like.
So please explain the full issue first, and then explain the.
Well, the full issue
real.
is like the controllers that come with the Switch, right? They're meant to be taken off and on and used as like, oh, player 2, oh, player 1, cool.
Yeah,
You can use them to fucking play games.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 controllers with 1 Switch, or use them both to make 1 controller, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
And essentially, like, to get the analog sticks so low profile as they are on the Switch,
they're like tiny.
They're tiny. They're super low on the Switch. They could only use like one type of like pad or like electric connector or something, like some kind of hardware. There's only one option, and I guess it like wears out over time, and you start getting Joy-Con drift. So your Joy-Con, like your
the cursor on the screen.
What's it called? Your fucking not the D-pad. Your analog stick will literally just like either go like right, down, left, or right, and it'll stay that way.
Yeah.
It's like you'll
without
like open
you
pressing anything. You'll open your Switch and like it'll just go like all the way to the left of your menu, or like instantly down or instantly up.
But sometimes it's not just automatically. Like sometimes it's like slowly.
Yeah,
I would say.
like sometimes
it's just like you're not pressing anything, and the thing just like slides to the right or whatever.
But it ruins literally every game
experience.
Yeah. Every game is affected by Joy-Con drift, pretty much. Like even Animal Crossing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, and it's to the point where like I don't even have a pair of Joy-Cons that like work. At this point, like I just use the Pro controller, and like I have 2 other cheaper controllers that work totally fine. So like I haven't used a Joy-Con in so long, honestly. Like,
yeah,
because they're shit. Like I don't want to spend 80 or $90 to buy.
Yeah, and they're really expensive. Is the other problem is
they're $90. Like
$90 for a pair for 2. Like you have to have 2 to plug them both in. Anyways,
more expensive than
okay.
game.
Let's get over that. What is the real issue that you were talking about?
Fucking,
you know,
the real issue?
Yeah, didn't you say there was like some real issue?
Yeah, that's the real issue. Is they could only use one kind of like electric pad to like pick up your like inputs on that thing. So that's why if they wanted it to be like that low to like the controller, like that flush, that was the only option they could use.
Oh, because the controller is like a very thin controller.
Tiny as fuck. It's small.
Got it. Yeah. I know what you mean.
So to get that profile, they had to only use that one kind of like connector or whatever.
Yeah, part. The part only fits in this like model of controller.
Yeah. And like if they wanted to use like
a bigger part, they would have had to have a bigger controller.
Yeah,
and they didn't want
the whole purpose because like the whole thing is flush.
Sure.
So it's like
okay.
If they wanted to like re-engineer, it'd be like way different.
Sure.
Unless they literally like from the ground up made their own like.
So
I don't know what it is. But
say a Switch Pro comes out either this year or next year. Do they fix the issue?
I think they have to, because I think they're actually being like federally sued. Like they're
being sued by multiple. I know independent parties. I know many independent parties are suing.
Like to the fact where they can't even like talk about it because they're like in like that deep of shit with these controllers. Like it's pretty bad. Like they kind of fucked up, but like at the same time, like they didn't really like I guess know that. I don't really know. Like like
okay, but okay. I'm saying though, besides like. Yeah, I think Switch Pro is pretty obvious. I think everyone can kind of predict that.
I really hope the Switch Pro comes out.
But like, where do they take the Switch idea from here? You know, because like
that's the hard thing.
Yeah, of course. But like, do you see them doing a completely virtual console?
I think maybe. I think they're gonna kind of take it more like. I hope they take it like the DS route, where it's like I don't want them to go 3D, but like I want them to like. So you know how they did like
VR.
You know how they did like there's like the DS, and then they did like the DSi that had like a camera, right? And some like improved other stuff. And then there's like the DSi XL, which is like a bigger one. So I hope that they kind of do that with
So
the
you want
Switch.
you
So,
want
like,
them to do like kind of different variants.
yeah, different variants of the Switch. Like there'll be like a Switch Pro that has like maybe like a better screen, a better battery,
Mhm.
like maybe better graphics card, maybe or
Whatever.
something,
Yeah.
whatever. Or you can still buy like the regular Switch that totally is fine and totally works, totally good, that me and you've been using for literally years
Mm.
at this point. Like,
Sure. Yeah. I've had mine for over a year now.
yeah, I
You've had
really,
yours for like 2 or
yeah,
3 years.
and I really hope it's like you can. I really hope what they do is that you can just buy the screen. So you could like just buy the Switch
Mm.
Pro screen, and then you could just put your own controllers in it. Because like I don't think they will do
But
that.
you just said that you
But
don't like the Joy-Cons that you have. None of them work.
no, yeah, but that's why
So
I just
why
want to buy the screen, so it's cheaper. Imagine not having to buy the Joy-Cons. It's just the screen. I still use my Pro controller, but I get a
But
whole
what if
better
they
Switch.
fix the Joy-Con issue?
Then I'm chill with it.
Then you would buy
Yeah,
the
but if the
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons are still shit, then I don't want them. I don't want anywhere near those Joy-Cons, bro. Because the Pro controller is so good.
It is.
It is the best, one of the best controllers I've probably ever used.
Honestly. Before the Pro controller came out, the Xbox 360 controller was my favorite. I would say it is even, if not better, than the Xbox 360.
I love my Pro controller.
Yeah.
If you have a Switch and you don't have a Nintendo
Switch. Yeah,
Switch,
get the licensed one. It's worth the money.
$60 or $70 one. It is.
I think it's 60.
100% worth the money.
Yeah, it's much more worth it than buying new Joy-Cons.
Yeah, 100%. If you play a lot of games, it's definitely worth fucking buying them. That's probably one of my best things I bought for that whole entire system is just the Pro controller itself.
Okay.
And I was on the fence for it for a while, and I've heard a lot of other people say like, "Oh, it's definitely like the best controller," and it honestly is. Like, it's nice. Like, and I did hear the rumor of them putting. So I guess Nintendo bought a whole bunch of 3DS batteries. Like they had a shit ton of them, right?
Yeah.
I guess they bought like a fucking ton of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do we do with them?" And they were like, "Oh, let's just put them in the Pro controller." So like the Pro controller has pretty good battery life.
Yeah.
Like it lasts
So
a
you
couple
think that's
days.
true?
I think it is true. Like from personal experience, like that controller,
it
lasts a long time. Like from a full charge, it could last you a good couple days. Like it's a nice controller.
What do you think the best game for the Switch is?
Objectively, the best game or my favorite game? Or both? Both? Okay, so the best game that gives you probably the most well-rounded experience.
Yeah.
Everyone's probably said this a million times, but it's definitely Breath of the Wild. I'd say that's probably one of the best games on the Switch.
Okay.
Mario Odyssey.
I was thinking you were going to say Animal Crossing, honestly, but...
I wouldn't say that's the best.
Really?
You get
Objectively. That most people would like.
I think definitely Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. Because Animal Crossing is super hit or miss. Super hit or miss. If you don't like doing the same shit and just slowly improving and just kind of like doing your chores and shit, then you're gonna really
I mean,
fall
like
out
if you
of
like
it
a Sims
fast.
like if you either like a Sims like game or you don't like a Sims like game,
exactly.
and Animal Crossing is a Sims like game.
Yeah, and with like the other game, like with Animal Crossing, they don't like. It's not like groundbreaking. Like they don't like really like doesn't like push any of the boundaries that the Switch has. Like there's no like 3D rumble or anything. Like there's no like they don't use like any fancy tech or anything. Like it's a good game. Objectively, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing's great, and I like it.
One of the best selling games of 2020.
Yeah, but like I would say objectively, if you're looking for like the all around experience, like definitely Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. Honestly, I think Mario Odyssey kind of edges Breath of the Wild out in my opinion.
Really?
I think I had more like I had some genuine fun playing Mario Odyssey. Like,
It was a good game. I agree.
Fuck.
They really do a great job of giving you every layer of Mario that is even like physically possible.
Literally from 2D all the way to fucking like almost 4D. Like it's crazy.
You can almost smell that shit.
Bro, yeah. And they give you like and it uses the Joy-Cons to their full like if you got a fresh pair of Joy-Cons.
Yeah, and they actually work.
And they actually work good. And you got
I agree.
Mario
I used the
Odyssey.
Joy-Cons for Mario Odyssey.
It is so fun when you like you can throw them and like shake them to do all the crazy stuff. Like it's a fun ass game.
It's a good game.
And that was one of the first games I got for the Switch, and it definitely held up. Like it is a cool ass game. I think I probably want to replay it soon, especially because after I got
been a while for you.
back into Mario after beating some of the 3D the collection games. Like Galaxy was hella fun.
Yeah. Okay, and then personally, favorite game.
Honestly, it's kind of tied between Smash and Risk of Rain 2. I'd
Super
probably have
Smash.
to say.
Super Smash Brothers
Yeah,
Ultimate.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Risk of Rain 2. They're definitely different
Mm.
games, 100%. But like, I've played Smash pretty much, Smash Ultimate at least. It's my first Smash game I ever owned,
Mm.
and I pretty much played it like religiously since I've had it. Like I've taken like a month or two
Came out
hiatus.
in what, 2018?
Yeah, and I've
2019?
played it a lot. Like I probably have over 400 hours in that game. I checked
That's
recently,
great.
and I think it said like over
Oh
365
my
or something.
God. Oh my
And me and you
God.
played for like 2 hours today.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it's like it's just so fun. Like
It's a fun game.
any aspect
It's
of that
always
game
been a
is
great
fun.
game.
Like, and there is no other game that will ever encompass that range of characters that that game has in it. Like, from fucking Minecraft goddamn Steve to fucking Mario to fuck anybody, bro. Like,
Yeah,
anybody can make it into that
Pac-Man,
game.
fucking Sonic, fucking Snake
Snake, fucking
from Metal Gear Solid.
anybody with a sword, goddamn Banjo.
All right, prediction right now.
Next character?
Who's the last Fighter Pass character? There's one more, right?
One, I think it's two more.
I thought there was one.
One or two.
I thought there was only one, but yeah, okay. Who's
Dude,
the last one or two?
personally, I'm hoping.
On record?
Some people are saying that it's going to be like a Fortnite character, which would be kind of dumb. And I think that's way too kind of similar to Minecraft Steve.
Yeah.
Because Fortnite is another game that's gotten really big household name.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of lame.
That would be really lame. I hope they don't.
But I think, and personally, I want fucking Doom Guy. I want
I've
the
heard
guy
of
from
Doom Guy. I've heard Doom Guy.
Because if Snake can make it in, I think he can
oh
make
yeah,
it in.
Master Chief
He has
been
he has
floated too.
plenty of moves, plenty of guns.
Yeah.
Especially because
Chainsaw.
how Byleth uses like 5 different items.
Mhm,
Or not
mhm.
items, but like 5 different fucking like...
Dude, anybody
You
is
know?
possible. When they put fucking Steve from
Bro,
Minecraft.
Steve from Minecraft. Dude, yeah. But I think definitely... I would like to see Doom Guy. Because I think it'd be kind of like a Snake-like character, but like more aggressive. And less kind of like methodical and like kind of trapping you into scenarios. You know what I mean? Like, I have a bomb here, so you can't go here, so you went here. You know, like...
Yeah.
I think Doom Guy would be hella fun.
Doom Guy would be fun. I'm holding out for Waluigi, bro.
Waluigi?
It's gotta be. They gotta put him in, bro. Why not? Why
don't know.
fucking not?
I don't know,
The
honestly.
fans have spoken. Waluigi has got to be in.
I don't know why
Even if
he's
he's a
not in the game.
DLC character, I don't care. He's got to be in.
Yeah, because especially
It's
if fucking,
shocking.
especially if
Everyone else.
Wario. Wario's a character.
If motherfucking Piranha Plant
Wario's
is a goddamn character.
and he has a stage.
Yeah.
WarioWare.
Waluigi. Put him in.
I don't know enough about Waluigi to like be like, oh, he could do this and that, but like I think
Bro,
he definitely has enough moves to
In
fucking.
multiple games, he uses fucking bombs. He uses like bombs.
He's in.
That's both Wario and Waluigi use
and-
bombs.
and
Like
he's
you
in,
could do kicks.
and he's in Quick Strike too.
He's
the soccer
all
game.
yeah. He's all about kicks. So it would be a lot of
He got them
kicking
legs.
moves.
Got them legs.
I mean, you could literally just do like a fucking Luigi skin, like or like a Luigi kind of character without the vacuum.
Yeah, like
You would
could
maybe
do,
have bombs instead of the vacuum.
What do they call them? They're not mirror characters, but like Dark Samus. and
Yeah,
Samus.
yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, I
Maybe
don't
a
know.
little more different.
I don't know. I gotta go to the bathroom. All right. So I have about 2 more questions for you. First one, this may stem off into other questions, but we'll see. Favorite vintage piece you've had on you?
Had?
Yep. And it can be in your collection right now, or it can be something that you've sold before, or something you wish you still had. Have you ever thought about this?
I'll do all 3 of those. I'll do.
Okay.
So something that.
Favorite thing
Since-
you've sold, favorite thing you've had, and favorite thing you have right now.
Yeah, I'll do all those. Yeah.
Okay.
So favorite thing I have right now
Mm-hmm.
is probably it's a tie,
Mm.
probably between a 3-way tie, if I'm being honest. But the first one that I got in like chronological order was the Frida Kahlo shirt that I have.
Frida Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo, I guess. That shirt that I have that has her with like the 3 monkeys on it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that shirt.
Yeah, you've had that hanging in your room
Yeah,
for
I've
a
had that
long
one
time.
for a long time.
You like that shirt?
Yeah, that shirt is super sick. It's a little too big for me, but I'll probably
Mm.
never get rid of it.
Mm.
Because it's just so cool. I'll probably end up like hanging it or framing it for my house or
Mm.
something. But it's super cool. That one. Then I got and later after that I got one time when I was in New York City, my dad had got me these like Air Forces, like these Gore-Tex Air Forces that like I wasn't really like, I didn't really like them that much, so I ended up just returning them to get cash to spend at other stores because they were in New York at the time. So I ended up going to round two, and they had this like MC Escher tie-dye shirt on the like on the top of the top like rafters, and I like picked that, and that one's crazy.
Which MC
the brown
Eschers?
one, the brown tie-dye one I have.
Oh, the what? It's an all over.
Yeah, the all over print one that has like the brown tie-dye too. It was crazy.
The one you wore to the first event.
Yeah, the
Emma when you had the pink
the
pants and that shirt.
Yeah, and had that
Yes.
shirt on. Yeah.
Yes.
That one is, I love that one. That one's super crazy. Especially because of the tie-dye. Like, I always wondering,
it's a
like,
great
I just
summer
wonder
shirt.
how it got tie-dyed. Like, who did that, you know? And then the Keith Haring crew neck, my dad got me that red one for Christmas. That one is super cool, too. I think that one's super cool. Because I haven't had anything like vintage Keith Haring. I haven't found anything personally for a while. And I haven't wanted to buy anything because it's, like, pretty expensive.
So you like the red one?
Christmas.
You like the red one more than the white crew neck?
Wearability wise, I like the white one more, but I like the red one more as like a collector, as a piece, like as a whole enchilada.
Because it's just got the OG.
It's got the baby, and then it's got the dog on the back on the sportswear tag, which is just like super rare, and like I don't think I'll ever come across that ever again for like a fair price.
Yeah.
So like. That one's cool, and it fits me super short in the sleeves, but like I just gotta wear it because it's like the only one I'll get probably.
Do you have an idea of how much your dad paid?
No idea. I know he bought it from Malaysia, so. But that's about it.
Do you have a guess?
I would assume in like the $150 to like $300 range.
You think it was that cheap?
Yeah, probably. Because I still think art stuff is still crazy underappreciated.
That's fair.
But.
Okay. And favorite thing you've sold?
One of the favorite things I've sold that I also wish I had gotten back is definitely the Doom tee. The Doom mask tee. Remember when I had the Doom tee that was just the mask? It was on the Gildan tag. It was like a size small.
I thought you were going to say the Fight Club shirt.
That is a very, very close second. But now that I've always wanted the Doom tee back, and I tried to get the Fight Club back, but it didn't work, unfortunately, for some circumstances.
Yeah, well, we won't go into strict detail.
I could maybe get the Doom back, but it's still a size small, so I don't really even want it, because I can't even wear it. But it's just the mask, and it's on a Gildan tag.
Okay, maybe I remember that.
And I sold it for, like, pretty cheap, because before all the hype now, that he's like, R.I.P. my man Doom. But, yeah, I definitely wish I had that Doom tee back and the Fight Club. The Fight Club I wish I had back so I could wear it, because I actually I sold it before I watched the movie, which is such a rookie mistake. Because I hadn't seen the movie.
Yeah,
so I was like, I knew the movie was cool and it was like valuable and a really good Brad Pitt movie, but I never actually watched it. So I was like, I didn't have any like attachment to it yet.
Great movie.
But now that I've watched it, like I want that tee back so bad, because it was just the soap bar.
Yeah.
On like a giant tag, like it was nuts. It was a cool one.
Okay.
But I sold that at the beginning of when I had the store, so like I kind of needed to sell it, you know, to like
make the.
There was a lot of stuff I sold then which I wish I would have had back.
Sure.
But yeah.
Okay. I don't think we said this, but what's your favorite tee or piece in existence that you maybe don't have right now?
Oh, Fear and Loathing Mosquito Head. 100%.
Really?
Fear and Loathing Mosquito Head.
That's your white whale?
100%. That is my fucking... That is like the ultimate grail, probably. That artwork is just so crazy. I love that movie. I love him as a fucking person, a writer. Like,
Hunter S. Thompson?
Yeah, he's so cool. And that movie is so sick.
What would you pay for a shirt like that? If you saw one just like up, like what is like a price that you'd be like, okay, I'm buying, I'm pulling the trig.
If I had like more money than I had now, like
but you have the money you have right now.
Money I had right now, I'd pull. It's tough. Like it's tough. Like maybe in the like 1 to 3 range, maybe like.
How much are they going for? Would you say right now?
1 to 5K.
5K. Mosquito heads.
That's the original hype tee.
I was gonna say,
like, it's crazy valuable.
How has that not gone for more than 5K?
A
mosquito head, like a Jimi Hendrix fucking mosquito head.
Yeah.
From like the fucking like 70s.
Way rare.
Yeah, me too. It really shocks me that
I don't really know.
Aladdin tee made it. I mean, Robin Williams and the fucking Aladdin are classic, iconic. There's nothing against them.
100%.
It's just really interesting to me that was the tee. Like, that right now, that's the tee. So, gotta ask again.
What is the T?
What is the 10K tee?
The 10K T. Something's got to happen where it's like kind of the same
Storm.
Yeah, it's got to be like, it's probably got to be on an auction of some sort. Maybe not a live auction, but some sort of auction, like maybe eBay auction.
Does it happen this year? Because when did the 6K happen? 2020?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It was fairly recent.
It was like, yeah, right after I left for Korea.
Yeah, it was pretty recent. I mean, comparatively to whatever time zone we're talking about, but
within the last 6 months.
Yeah, but
So you think it happens this year? 10K tee?
I could see it. Maybe. I don't really know what it's gonna be though. Like, it's all just so circumstantial. Like, you don't know like when it's gonna happen, like what it can be, because that's what everybody's trying to guess.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Like,
What are the hot brands right now? Would you say hottest brands that you can get? You said Disney.
Yeah, Disney's pretty hot. I mean, like, I still think art tees are they're definitely pretty hot.
You think they're hot right now?
Maybe not hot, but like they're definitely still on the rise.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, Thrift Lord predicted that art tees are gonna blow up.
I think they'll blow up in 2021. Yeah, I hope they do at least.
I don't know if it's gonna be this year, but I think they are gonna blow up.
Because I don't get why those don't blow up. Like the actual artwork that's on the shirt is worth like bajillions of dollars.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and then like the T-shirt,
there's no reason it shouldn't blow up.
Yeah, like the vintage tee is worth like a fucking fraction of a fraction of that. Like, Picasso's in real life sell for literally millions of dollars.
But
and my Picasso tee is only worth $100.
How much does a Picasso reprint sell for?
Hey, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my argument there.
It's not like an original shirt that he painted,
but a T-shirt is more rare than a reprint, which is why the T-shirt is worth more right now
than the reprint.
But do you think that reprints of art is gonna increase in value?
Like prints?
Like official prints, like from 70s, 80s, whenever.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
you
all
think
the Andy
that
Warhol
will
stuff and all that stuff is gonna like fucking shoot up in value, I think. Like
the cause, the fucking
like, well, I'm talking more like Andy Warhol, Keith Haring, like
Keith
more
Haring,
like
sorry,
70s, 80s, 90s stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that'll shoot up in value. That's why I'm super stoked to get that poster in my room for Christmas also, because I feel like that stuff is gonna like super crazy appreciate in value.
Yeah, because that is a reprint, right?
No, that's an official print.
Oh, okay.
That's not a reprint. That's like an official one from the 80s.
Like, what do you mean by, like, he made it to be mass produced? Like,
no,
what is an official print?
Well, it was made in the 80s on like original, like his, like from his, like not workshop, but like from his, like an official.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
because I think it's worth like 600, 700.
So it's a Keith Haring.
Yeah.
Like, I know he made a bunch of ads in the 80s for other various companies or various.
He make like prints, and those prints are worth money.
Okay.
The prints are worth money. Like all of his stuff is worth money.
But I'm talking about, like, you just bought, what was it, a Monet.
Oh, those
reprint, those kinds of things. Those kinds of reprints.
Yeah, I hope those go up I mean, I think they're gonna go up in value, because like if you want like the old stuff, like there.
Did you buy that Monet the other day in hopes that it will be a reprint, or did you just buy it because you like that art?
I bought it because I liked the art, and it was dated old.
And old is what?
Like before 90s, essentially. Like anything
before 2000.
Yeah, anything before Y2K is like pretty much old at this point. Like, because even think about it, like it's 2020 fucking one now at this point. Like
21 years since year
Y2K,
2000.
yeah. So like 20 years is a long time.
Sure. Yeah, if you can keep something in nice, pristine condition for 20 years,
it's probably more often than not worth something at the end of the day.
Yeah, like, of course it depends, you know. Jack keep posting that French fry, the Nike French fry,
Nike French fries,
which I swear has been reposted since like 2001.
When eBay was a fucking first started.
Yeah, literally. All right, now I have my last final question.
The departing question.
Are you ready? Are you gonna be able to finish that beer before I finish this question?
Yes.
Okay. This has nothing to do with what we've been talking about, but it is the most important question, maybe
Gotcha.
in the entire world,
Oh,
in the entire universe.
gotcha.
Are you ready?
Maybe.
What is the meaning of life?
The age-old question, bro. The age-old question.
It takes a chug. Got to take a fat swig for that one.
I mean,
To you. And yeah, just what is the meaning of life?
to me, and then in general, to me, like, I'm just trying to fucking be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just trying to get through this shit and be happy and live comfortably. Not have to worry about shit. Like, that's kind of my main goal, is just to be able to live comfortably and just, like, fucking have my own little slice of life, you know what I mean? You get your own little slice, you know? You gotta share the pie, obviously. But, like, fucking, on a way more rudimentary basis, literally fucking to have kids, you know? And fucking, I guess, ruin this whole fucking planet, I guess. You know? Essentially, like, we're supposed to have kids, reproduce, and money is a whole construct. So, like, we made that up, you know, like, so it's kind of just to have kids, I guess.
Reproduce?
Yeah, to reproduce and, like, better each other, I hope. But, like, I don't really know, you know, like.
Do you think the overall goal of humanity right now is to reproduce and better ourselves?
No, definitely not. Because we're, like, overpopulated is the issue. Because everyone is, like, because, like, the age old, like, from the beginning of time, everyone just wants to fuck and reproduce and fucking have kids, you know, and, like, have more people. But then now we're at the point where, like, we have too many people almost. So we're like at max capacity, or, like, getting to that point, right? Like, so at that point, it's like, I don't know if it's the whole point is to reproduce. Like, biologically, yes. Like, that's kind of your sole purpose in life, is to just fuck. You know, like, essentially, like, you're kind of just meant to have sex and then hopefully have offspring and then make more and grow. Like,
You think there's nothing else besides reproduction?
not really. Like, outside, like, in a way more rudimentary, like, because we all made all this, like,
even rudimentary. You think that, like, to the basic level, you think it's just about reproduction?
For the most part, yeah. Yeah. Because I don't really think that, like, people have, like, an innate being to want to, like, I don't know, like, fucking, like, not better themselves, but to, like, better humanity. Like, I just feel like people kind of get put in the situation where they kind of, like, maybe have to. Like, or also, like, get backlash. Like, because, like, what if Bill Gates never donated any of his money and he kept it all? Would everyone think he's kind of way more of an asshole?
Probably.
See?
Yeah, probably, but...
Like, as much as he wants to claim he's a philanthropist, like...
But at the end of the day...
Sure, nice having billions of dollars.
Sure, but... At the end of the day, would you blame him?
No, not at all. Not at all. If I made that money somehow, was able to fucking make Amazon and fucking make all this goddamn money or whatever,
Bill
Gates, Jeff Bezos, fucking Steve Jobs.
Do you think that Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and, who knows, Warren Buffett, do you think all those guys are happy?
Objectively, maybe yes. Like, all their needs are met. They couldn't possibly ask for anything else in the world, you know? But, like, mentally, I have no fucking idea. Like, maybe, you know? Kind of like crapshoot, 50-50. Like, who really knows, you know?
So how do you think you can be happy? Do you think that it is possible?
Yeah, the most amount of money with the least amount of responsibilities. Because, like, if you have bajillions of dollars, think of how much shit Jeff Bezos has to deal with.
Every single fucking
and,
day.
Like, every fucking, I'm sure 5 minutes of his life is planned out. You know what I mean? Like, to make that much money, you can't just fucking fuck around and fucking drink beers and podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Like,
Jeff Bezos does not have a podcast, and I've never seen him drinking beers. So.
Exactly. Like, fucking, it's just like your time management is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, literally
I don't think it's even up to his control.
No.
At some point.
I'm sure he's booked out, like, years. Maybe not
years,
but, like, at least a year he's probably booked out. Like, if say I was the fucking vice president of fucking like some technology corp. Like
Mm-hmm.
for me to get a meeting with him or
Mhm.
even some of his like high standing people, that could take you a long time.
Well, the only thing that I've ever heard of somebody meeting Jeff Bezos was I listened to a Joe Rogan when he was talking to who's that comedian that everyone loves? Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart, yeah.
He was talking with Kevin Hart, and apparently Kevin Hart was in the same room with Jeff Bezos.
Ooh.
It's a really good. I mean, of course, Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You were the one who got me on Joe.
Yeah, I
Rogan.
kind of fell off after a while.
I know, but
he's still good.
it was maybe like a year and a half ago that Kevin Hart was on Joe Rogan, and they were talking about this meeting that Kevin Hart was in. And Kevin Hart apparently is the kind of guy who he never will, like, I would say if most people were in the same room as Jeff Bezos, you'd probably be a little intimidated.
Oh,
just
yeah.
objectively.
Yeah, like
because it's fucking Jeff Bezos. He's the fucking most rich man on the fucking
100%,
earth.
100%.
But apparently Kevin Hart just went up to Jeff Bezos.
Like, oh,
it was
what's
just
up, dude?
yeah, because it's fucking Kevin Hart. Like you can expect.
Mhm.
And Kevin Hart said that he had a really fucking just genuine conversation with Jeff Bezos.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. Like
I'm sure he's like an okay guy. Like,
you
but
can't get to the top and be that big of an asshole. You know what I mean? Like you kind of can with this whole fucking I don't want to get political.
But that's what I'm saying is like, do you think that it is possible to be that successful and not be like hated?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. There's always gonna be people that hate you, regardless of like,
Yeah.
even if you're the most fucking genuine person ever. Like some motherfucker's always gonna hate you. Like
Do you think that people hate like Gandhi?
some people do. Some people
Do you
kind of
think?
do.
Yeah.
I would say some people don't like.
Well, I
Gandhi.
mean, you could argue that like the Chinese government hates fucking Muslims and
yeah,
Hinduists.
like some of that shit.
So,
But like, yeah, kind of, yeah. I mean,
you know, like someone is
everybody's got haters. Even me. Even I got. I'm sure. Even there's plenty of dudes in the Portland vintage community that don't like me. I'm
Okay.
sure there has to be.
yeah.
There's no way that everybody likes me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
No way.
But I think
Maybe
you're
the
doing
majority.
I think you're doing a pretty good job of
I'm just going for the majority.
yeah. Do you everything that you do you take into account what people think? Or do
I
you
try.
usually okay.
I try to, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Because like I don't want people to think bad about me. Not at all.
No, but how much of your day is spent thinking about what other people think of you compared to what you think of yourself? Do you care more about what other people think of you, or do you care about
Personally, probably. Yeah.
Personally?
Personally, probably. I
Really?
think I care more about what people think about me than what I care about people think about me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I understand what
Yeah.
you mean. And I think that most people think like that.
Yeah, because like fucking,
I think you always think
I don't
from
give,
a different point of view
I
than
don't
your
really
own.
I don't give a shit. Like fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I kind of do. Like, I kind of care what I wear, but that kind of comes off as like fucking as that, you know. Like, but I really don't give a shit if you care what I'm wearing. You know, like I've learned that like no one really gives a shit, and if you do find someone that gives a shit, you fucking make them your friend. You know, like if someone actually gives a shit about what you're doing, you gotta take that to heart, because like it's kind of hard to find.
Homies.
But fucking, I don't know.
So secret to happiness, Gavin. What is
Secret to happiness
Yeah.
is fucking max amount of money, lowest amount of responsibilities. in my personal opinion, that would be my happiness.
That's fair.
If I had a surplus of money where I just don't give a fuck, and I can just like,
Fuck you money.
yeah, I can just go buy whatever I want and not have to like worry about anything. Like I can just be like,
Almost like your dad.
yeah, if I could be like, yo Emma, you want to go to the bakery? Like,
Yeah.
what do you want?
You think
Like, not have to be like, oh, like I want $7.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if we can swing that. You know, like,
yeah.
but like, be like, oh, you want that one? Like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Or
$12.
you want-
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want this pair of shoes? You want this X? You want this Y? Like, I don't care. Like, fucking here you go. You know, like, in my opinion, that would make me the most happiest if I could make any decision that is unhindered by anything else.
But is that feasible? Is that possible in your life?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm shooting for it.
Really? Is it
Maybe
okay,
not like
okay, okay.
anything. Not like I can like be like, oh yeah, like that house, like yeah.
No,
that's
I know,
mine.
I know,
But,
I
like,
know. But like,
But like for the most part, like most things, like even like flights and stuff, like oh
is
you want
it
to go to X
worth?
place, like
Is it worth if you had to do like the amount of stress that you have right now selling clothes, but if you got paid more for the amount of stress that you're doing, like would that be worth it? Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah.
You think you have a good work to like if you were getting paid more payment ratio?
Say that again.
Uh, I mean, like it's
If
basically
I'm doing more work, I get paid more.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that's a fair
Yeah.
assumption?
Yeah.
Do
Because
you
I'm not saying I work fucking. I work every day,
Yeah.
but like I'm not working like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing shit every day for my business, but at the
Mm.
same time, like I gotta balance like fucking my family, my girlfriend, like my fucking my hobbies, like what I want to
Just
do,
relaxing
like
time.
just kicking it or just like hanging out doing this kind of stuff, or like kind of like, or if we want to go to the mountain, or like if we want to fucking go do X Y thing, like you know, like just kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say to the
RecycledRad.com.
RecycledRad.com.
That's all
Recycled Rad on Instagram.
Recycled_rad on
Oh,
Instagram.
underscore. That's the yeah.
Just gotta let them know.
Sure.
But
Anything
yeah,
else?
that's about it. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's happy. Have a good day.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe, baby.
Like, comment, subscribe. Of course.
And I'll be back.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, y'all.